right, we are live.
Hello and welcome. I'm Nosh, your GM. Joining me today are our players, Mel, Rigel Kent, Gearman, Rocky, and FX Engineer. We are playing a one-shot GURPS Cliffhangers adventure entitled The Uncanny Curse of Sekhmet by J.C. Connors. Set in August of 1936, the adventure hurls our heroes across Italy and Egypt in search of the legendary tomb of Hatshepsut. However, they will discover that they are not alone in this race, and whoever finds the tomb first will influence the very fate of Europe, teetering on the brink of war. Our sessions are available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. You can find the links in the video description. We invite you to like this video and subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Now, I hope you are sitting comfortably, and let's begin with our players introducing their characters. And why don't we start with Rigel Kent?
Jack. I am playing Willie Vanderwoodson, who is a really, really rich dude who basically looks like he's the idle rich who likes archaeology and all that.
Okay. I think I shared his image.
Yep. I wish I'd had earlier warning that I was going to do that.
We can always come back around to you. How about FX Engineer? Who are you going to be playing this session?
Hello, my name is Solange Paquette, and they call me Patience. A young French intelligence operative, and I absolutely despise Mussolini and his fascist bastards. I will take them down at all costs.
Excellent. Excellent. Moving on to Marissa.
So Marissa is she's a beautiful Italian Spitfire, aspiring actress. She's got a bit of a personality where she's impulsive, and she maybe has a few shady family connections that she's probably not going to open up about, at least to start with. She's currently with her friend Elena, who was supposed to get her a part, like a speaking part in an actual movie. And suddenly her friend decided to skip town. And so Marissa is tracking her down to figure out what's up.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Johnny Talon, who's being played by Gearman, I believe.
I believe as well. Johnny Talon is basically your typical barnstorming stunt pilot guy from Ohio. Did recent work on a movie in Rome and is basically broke and looking for money.
Excellent. And this brings us to Duke Duckworth, played by Ronky.
All right, I am playing Duke Duckworth. He is a detective from Detroit, and he is currently made it his business to investigate the murder of, I don't know if I should mention the name yet, but his
yeah. Go ahead, whichever you prefer.
Actually, I can't find her name at the moment. But he's made it his business to track down the killers of Lauren.
All right, so you're on a case.
Not officially.
Not officially. All right. Well, very well. So these are the characters, and we are going to start things off 8,000 feet in the air. You are on this thing.
I thought you were about to say you are falling.
User in your channel timed out.
Uh-oh, somebody timed out. Who timed out?
I think it was FX. So you find yourselves at 8,000 feet on the Handley Page twin engine, and but there's more going on here, because you're standing there and there's a notorious bank robber and his goon and girlfriend who are standing there at the front of the plane, guns drawn, staring you down. And here's what they look like.
Having flashbacks to Pulp Fiction.
You've got the bank robber named Skeet Skitshaw.
That's a name.
Somewhere. There he is. That's Skeet Skitshaw. You got his goon, Georgie Feldsman, beside him.
What's up with
And
his
you-
face?
You've got Skeet's main squeeze, Betty Sage, standing behind him. And in the plane with you, this is where we're going to determine who's actually in the plane and who isn't. But what I can tell you is, Marissa, you're in the plane, and your friend Alina, who you followed to the airport and realized she's taking a flight to Milan, you've been sitting there. Your friend got up into the air. You guys got in the air, and she suddenly became very airsick, and she's gone into the only bathroom on this plane at the very back. And Willie, I do believe you are in the cabin as well, because
Sweet.
you have been trying to track down this ne'er-do-well, I believe.
Yep. Not like I needed the money, but I thought it might be fun.
And FX Engineer, I see he has disconnected, hey? Well, the
yeah,
next
I guess
thing-
he figured the GM was up to no good.
Probably, that's it.
Or knowing his luck, he's got more of the dumb internet issues.
Probably. So, first of all, who has the highest piloting skill amongst you all?
That's going to be Johnny.
I have a feeling it's going to be Johnny.
I have
Probably Johnny.
pilot, but I have a pilot light airplane, but I only got it at 11.
Marissa's at a 13 for a light airplane, 11 for a heavy.
Yeah, it's going to be heavy. So 14 for me.
Okay. So, and then the next question is who has the highest dexterity or daredevil or unluckiness?
I've got Willie has an 11 dex. He does not have either daredevil or unlucky, but he is really overconfident.
Okay.
Marissa's got a 13 dexterity and neither of the other two traits.
Okay.
Johnny has 12 in Daredevil.
Johnny's got 12 in daredevil. Anybody got unluckiness?
Duke has unluckiness. Is he on the plane?
Oh yeah, he was trying to get on the plane because Betty, what's her face? Betty's on the plane.
Betty Sage.
Betty Sage.
That's right.
Okay, so I think how this is going to go is, I'm going to say that Duke, you're in the plane. I'm going to say that Johnny, you are actually up in the cockpit with the pilot. You've managed to convince the pilot to let you co-pilot.
I was going to ask
And-
if I had permission.
And I really wish we had Patience back, but maybe FX will jump back on in a bit.
He
Working
said
on
but
in Discord he should be back in a moment. He had to reboot.
okay.
Internet issues.
Okay. I think that what we'll do with what's your dexterity, Marissa?
13.
And Patience is 13 as well. I think what we're going to have is Patience is going to be on the outside of the plane,
Ah!
on the wing, the starboard wing.
Did she have permission?
I think the plane was starting to take off, and Patience realized she wasn't going to get on the plane, but she's going to be on the plane.
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought we were in the air.
And you're in the air.
Okay,
This
so
is true. This is true.
she only made it partly on the plane.
She
as it
managed
were.
to jump on the wing, but as it started to take off.
Okay, so for player edification, I was thinking about us knowing why we're all here. My character Willie happened to see that there was a reward for Skeet, and he also has an enemy rival that he's like constantly trying to one up. So his entire purpose in capturing Skeet is to get into the papers so he can send it to the other guy, his rival.
Excellent. So you've gotten on this plane because Skeet is on this plane.
Yep. It's not like he needs the money, but he wants the fame.
Exactly. And with a smile like that, you just know that nothing's going wrong in his life.
Nope, his life is on easy mode.
So you're at about 8,000 feet when all of this starts to break out. So Marissa, you were on the plane because Alina went on the plane, and you're tagging along with Alina, and she gets motion sickness, air sickness, and she goes to the bathroom. But aside from Alina, do you know anything else?
Your channel.
Do you know anything else about what's going on?
All right. So the reason why she had kind of had a little bit of a kerfluffle with Elena because she heard a rumor that Elena had gotten in with some bank robbers. And when she brought it up to Elena, Elena basically told her to, get lost and then tried to disappear on her. So
Well.
she knows there's something to do with some bank robbers.
Okay. So shortly after Alina excuses herself to the bathroom, this guy, Skeet Skitshaw, gets up with Georgie and Betty with guns trained on Duke Duckworth. And we're going to turn over to Johnny Talon. So Johnny, again, what's kind of your buy-in to this whole scenario?
It was Carlo, right?
Yeah, I was just here because of Carlo.
Who bailed
isn't
on you?
here, who apparently didn't make it on the plane either.
Yeah, Carlo did not make it on the plane.
So Carlo was supposed to be on this plane. I'm supposed to get paid, but I'm stuck on this plane without Carlo.
And you managed to talk your way into the co-pilot role.
I don't think he's going to pay me, though.
And sitting beside you in the cockpit is this guy.
He seems reasonable.
And he's welcome. He welcomes you to he welcomes you to join him in the seat beside him. Hopes you have some navigation skill.
Having more computer woes, FX.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little frustrating right now with my current setup, but yeah, it just crept out on me.
Okay.
Apparently, you're like clinging to the outside of the plane.
The what?
Exactly.
The plane?
I love this reaction. The what?
So by the time you got yourself to the airport, by the time you figured out which flight was taking off that you needed to be on, it was already going down the runway, and you managed, either by pressuring or influencing a driver, to basically drive you as close to that plane as possible. And you actually leapt onto, this thing's a biplane, so you've leapt onto the sort of lower wing structure and are hanging on to dear life as it is now climbed up to 8,000 feet.
Oh, Lordy. I really wanted to get on that plane, apparently.
Apparently.
Can
Why did
you
you want to get on the plane?
Yeah, why would you have wanted to get on that plane?
I'm not sure I'm not, what kind, so is it just a pilot and like a co-pilot type of scenario? I don't know what the plane looks like.
You must have dropped out before I shared the image.
Brief
Is it a
recap.
passenger plane?
Yeah, so you're basically hanging on to the lower wing structure of this thing, a Handley Page, which is flying from Rome to Milan.
Okay, so I'm going to Milan. Let me see.
And you found out that a certain American bank robber was on that plane.
Oh, is Mr. Skitshaw on that plane?
That's who you tracked and where you tracked him to.
Yeah, then I would have done anything in my power. He's not getting out of my sights.
Yes, and
I'm
so
thinking he's like Annie Walker in Covert Affairs. That's who she is.
So basically, you managed to get a ticket, but by the time you got out there, they had already shut the door and they were on their way. And so you said, "To heck with this! You are still catching this plane," and you did.
So you got the extra economy ticket.
Exactly.
You didn't just get a window seat.
All right. But that doesn't look like it has a lot of passengers on that plane. So
you don't really know who else is on the plane, except that you know that Skitshaw is on the plane.
I don't know how I'm going to talk my way out of this one. It's going to think I'm some crazy French lady.
But remarkably, even at 8,000 feet, your hat is still on your head.
Are the rest of us aware of this person in the over the wing exit row.
So
Over the wing exit row. Nice.
if you if you want to do a -3 to your perception, yes, perhaps you do spot this person.
And I have my
No,
suitcase,
not at all.
my hat, and my expensive purse that I'm never without.
Nope. I failed by 6.
Okay, so so basically, what happens here is as the plane's taking off, Patience leaps onto the starboard wing just as the plane's taking off, and as the plane's sort of going up, and once it starts to level off at around 8,000 feet, it's at this point that Betty Sage turns around and identifies and realizes that Duke Duckworth is on the plane. And she's totally aware that he's trying to find her. So she points this out to Skeet. Skeet then gets up, pulls his bean shooter, and Georgie Feldman equally stands up, and he levels a shotgun at the rest of you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here?
So
And,
meanwhile, Marisa has been looking out the window by her seat, and she just breaks off into Italian and she says, "Ma questa chi è pazzo?" Basically, this one is crazy, and points out the window.
Okay.
I'm assuming that we have all our
Nice.
weapons and stuff.
Oh, you've got everything. Yeah, you got everything you need.
I like the way you did that with the cloud underneath it. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's just the standard Fantasy Grounds thing.
I know, but it still works. I can still offer him, hey, that's really well done.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Skit, you aware there's a dame out on the starboard wing?
Okay, so let's get you into the combat tracker, and we'll get you positioned on the map.
I think the stewardess is on the wrong side of the door.
So, so Patience is probably undercover in Rome. Would she have some sort of cover
Not right
identity
now,
that?
you're not. Yeah, Wayne
Well,
Walker.
what would the others, if anybody in the party would know who she is, like if she made contact with anybody, or
We're convinced you're a crazy person, or you really, really wanted to get to Milan.
is this the first you guys have seen her?
Possibly.
Yeah, probably for Marisa's part, she probably has no idea who she is.
Okay, because she would have been Patience would have been hitting the social scenes. You know, she loves her wine. You know, as part of her cover, she's attractive, so she would have been trying to work that angle.
Okay, I've placed everyone. If you do want to kind of change your location, feel free. But that's kind of where I'm imagining you all are.
Oh my god, I'm over there. Great.
For the record, where is the access door on this thing?
I don't think there is one on these. I was just looking this plane up on Google, and I don't think the pilot can access the that air or the cabin. I think
Is it
it's
an
only
open, or are we wearing like helmets and goggles, or are we like inside of a
So
closed compartment?
you're inside an actual cabin. It's not pressurized, but you're in a cabin. But there is no access to the cockpit. The cockpit is actually open air, and so Johnny and Flyboy have got their goggles on, and basically they're flying in the open air. There's no way to access the cockpit from the cabin. There is a washroom to the back of the cabin. That's where Alina is. And there is a cargo space right at the very back towards the tail. And like I said, it's a biplane. So Patience is like at the starboard end of the wing and can move across the wing. There are some struts she can grab onto, et cetera, et cetera. And the door is right here.
Where's here? Ah, and it's on the wrong side of the plane.
poor Patience. Patience is just gonna take out one of the engines and cause this thing to force it down.
She chose poorly.
Are you sure? She doesn't have a gun pointed at her. Granted, she is clinging to the side of a plane, apparently at 8,000 feet up, which also okay, yeah, she chose poorly too.
So the windows, however, because again, this is not a pressurized plane, the windows actually do open.
This is such a weird plane.
Fair enough.
Are the windows big enough for like a person to go through, or are they just little portholes?
I know totally you could open up a window and someone could come through.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So-
looks like there's a different version of it.
Yeah. So Marissa probably hasn't seen the guns going on yet because there's like a couple of people between her and them. So she's going to be working on her window to try to get it open so patients can get in.
Second link.
Yeah, that was the one that I was looking at, or that image.
Yeah, so there are some windows there. This is actually a view from the starboard, I believe. So there you go.
Yeah, you should like drag that one into there and share it for the stream there, Nosh, because that's a really good view of it.
Okay.
As he's like, how do I do this again?
Exactly. Well, we can work on that later. Definitely can work on that later. So let's find out, what is Skeet all about here? What's he doing? Let's find out.
Whoa! Why is he pointing a gun at me?
Quick related question in multiple senses of the word. The pilot and Skeet are both Skitshaws. So have they mentioned this fact? Are they actually related?
No, you've got no awareness of the relationship between these two,
Understood.
and you can tell that Betty's pretty drunk. So Skeet points his revolver. Yes, his revolver. Skeet points his revolver at Duke, and Georgie has his shotgun pointed in the general direction of Duke. And I should add one more thing: Duke or Willie? Well, we'll let the universe decide. Or maybe roll on a 1d6. One of you is holding Skeet's briefcase with 500,000 stolen lire in it.
I'll let Duke have it.
Why does Duke have Skeet's money briefcase?
Exactly. Why do they have his briefcase? Is it possible that they managed to grab it somehow as the luggage was being loaded onto the plane? I'm not sure. It just says that one of you has grabbed Skeet's briefcase. I think it's over to you two to decide who and why they've got it.
Yeah, why do you have it, Duke?
Because he's a detective, and this briefcase is obviously evidence to his investigation. So while luggage was being loaded, he lifted that briefcase and put it aside.
How did he know that?
Well, Duke's been tracking Betty, and Betty's been hanging off the arm of Skeet. Or maybe Duke just did a real nice little, sleight of hand maneuver as they were going up the airplane and managed to take the suitcase. And maybe Skeet didn't notice it until Betty pointed things out.
Or maybe Duke's in on it. He's corrupt.
Possibly.
So, with the guns pointed at Duke, let's see, does he have...
You're about to
He's
threaten to throw it
unlucky.
out, aren't you?
Duke is going to try and de-escalate the situation.
Okay.
He's going to tap into his police training and try and de-escalate.
Excellent.
He will be
So
doing diplomacy for this.
I'm going to start off with something that Skeet will say, because now we've kind of established why everybody's on the plane and how they got there. And this is what Skeet says. Well, look at this. Here I am on my nice Italian vacation, sitting in my nice plane, just minding my own business. When what happens? I'm interrupted by this idiot stool pigeon over here, this famous duck-faced man. And you know what's worse? You're holding my suitcase with all my money in it. Can you believe these guys, Georgie, trying to rob me of my own plane? So listen, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to toss my girlfriend here, that case. And if you don't, well, let's just say your cause of death's gonna be altitude sickness via lead poisoning.
Nice.
How quickly could Duke get the briefcase out the window?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean,
Well,
it's
it
going
depends
to
on
take
whether
you,
Marissa got the window open or not.
right. I guess if Marissa's trying to get that window open and you can tell that the window's being open maybe just over your shoulder, yeah, you could totally just say, hey, I'm going to toss this.
This is going to be great. Duke is going to stick it out there, trying to threaten the guy, and Patience is going to take it, and that's going to freak Duke right the hell out.
Captain, the passengers are getting kind of shooty back here.
So,
Is this normal?
so you guys can't hear a single thing because all you can hear is pretty much yourselves and nothing else going on in the actual cabin. It's so loud outside with the engines and the wind.
So this is going to be interesting when somebody shoots and the round goes through and kills John Flyboy Skitshaw.
So if you want to try and threaten to dump the money, go for it. I mean, you've got the money.
Is the money a lot?
500,000 lire.
Is that a lot?
Oh, I think so.
All right, so I'll assume it's a lot of money. So he's not going to want to lose it.
Precisely.
All right, so Duke will, through the open window, he'll thrust the briefcase out and he'll say, I'm not sure you want to be going shooting today. Otherwise, this briefcase is going to litter the landscape. You'll be donating to charity.
Now hang on there, Duke. Let's not act so quickly here. Come on now. You drop that briefcase, Duke. You know what? I'm gonna send you out the window after it.
Where are we flying from?
Rome to Milan.
Okay.
Well, it seems like we're at a bit of a standoff then. How about you lower your gun and let's talk about this.
All right, let's not do anything crazy here, Georgie. Georgie, just put the scattergun down, Georgie. Just put it down. That's a boy. That's a boy. And Skeet's gonna say, now you're making a good point there, Duke. You're making a good point. Okay, so in the middle of this, Patience, do you want to try and move over to the cabin?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, unless my personal basics kit includes a parachute, I want to start making my way over.
Okay. So to get over to the window, you're gonna have to start walking over, and you're gonna have to make a couple of rolls at -2 to dexterity because of the wind and the turbulence. But you can move from strut to strut on the wing, but only at a move of 2. And any faster, and you've got to make a dex roll to avoid tumbling off. So
Okay.
you can move at 2 without having to do anything. But if you want to move faster, you're going to have to make a dex roll to avoid tumbling off.
Yeah. I think we'll go by 2s. And at this point, I'm assuming, she doesn't see or hear or know anything that's going on inside, right? Because I'm outside, I don't see anything.
Exactly.
From my vantage point, is there a window or some sort of access that do I think I can get in through one of the windows?
Well, if you as you're looking, you can sort of see one window's already open, and there's this arm waving you towards it.
Oh, is that from
Holding a
where
briefcase?
Marissa's at?
And
Yeah,
that's where
Marissa is
Marissa's
like
at.
waving, is like beckoning you. Come on, come on, come on. You wouldn't be able to hear, but you can see the arm.
Okay, then that's what I see. And she's just cursing under her breath, like, fucking boss. She's cursing her boss for like putting her, making her do this mission, but she's totally devoted to it. So she's, complaining in the way. So she's moving 2. And then you said I have to roll a dex?
No. You just you would be at any -2 for dexterity rolls. But if you're just moving at 2, you can just move across. But if you want to go faster, then you're going to have to make a dex roll.
No, she's not. Yeah, she's moving at 2,
Okay.
little by little. Yep.
All right. All good. So you start moving across the wing, going from strut, and basically, yeah, Marissa's waving you to come towards the window. So Skeet looks at you, Duke, and says, "Now, Duke, come on now. Let's be reasonable. That's a lot of money there. You don't want to. Are you that kind of generous guy?"
Yeah, it'd sure be unfortunate if Duke's unluckiness kicked in there, right?
Bird strike his hand.
I was thinking the lock on the case just breaks.
Come on now, Duke. Be reasonable. Maybe I was a little hot right off the collar there.
I'd say. So who does he still have his gun?
He does, but he's not pointing it at you.
So, how about you throw that that gun of yours? Is there a room behind us?
It's just there's a lavatory, and then it's kind of a curtain that blocks off the luggage area.
Or who's Willie? Is that Rigel?
Yep.
Or how about you hand your guns to this gentleman over here? And he's indicating to Willie.
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, well, you guys working together or what?
Nope. I just don't like people shooting or pointing bean shooters at me.
Fair enough. I never got comfortable with it either. Okay,
You hand
Duke,
over your guns, then I'll pull
okay,
in the
Duke,
briefcase, and we can
okay,
talk this
Duke.
through.
Fine, but let me ask you something. Are you packing?
Would he lie? He's not very...
And patience, as this is going on, I'm just going to move you kind of to the window.
Okay.
So there's a briefcase stuck there kind of at the window.
You should take it and throw it away. Throw it into the propeller.
Truthfulness actually gives you penalties to lie, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
-5.
Yeah, if you're doing like fast talk with lying.
Roll it -5 to tell a lie. So, in this case... Actually, is that penalty if you fail your self-control?
There
Not
is no
sure.
self-control.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is because you have to roll your self-control at -5 if you actually have to tell a falsehood.
Is it? Oh.
Okay.
If you
In this
have
case.
that
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duke will pull out his revolver and he'll make sure the safety's on, and he'll hand it to Willie as well.
Okay, and and before we start handing over all of our guns, Mr. Good Samaritan, are you packing? And what's your angle in all this?
Well, he's gonna gesture with Duck's pistol and say, "I am now."
Well, I don't really understand here how I'm coming out on the good side of here, as if I put my pistols down and you guys have got your pistols out, huh?
How
Maybe.
much is in the briefcase?
A hell of a lot of money, and I guess I could always share some of that if you guys can just be cool as cucumbers. But I got to remind you something. When we land in Milan, I got 20 boys with Tommy guns waiting for me on the runway, and my Uncle Johnny is flying this plane. What do you think's going to happen to you if you chuckleheads lay a fat finger on me up here, huh? What do you think? At this point, Patience, there's a briefcase in the window and Marissa's arm waving you, come in.
Just roll detect lies to see if he's telling the truth or not.
You get the indication that he is totally telling the truth.
So the self-control is a -5, right?
Well, that was for Duke to actually tell a lie. But now Duke's listening to Skeet, trying to determine if what Skeet just said about guys with Tommy guns, if that's a lie. And Duke, you're getting the sense that he's being very sincere.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what my character would do in this situation.
Meanwhile, Johnny, you're just flying along with the flyboy here. You've got a navigation map on your lap. He's kind of plotted a course to Milan. Is there anything you want to do?
Well, earlier on, I had noticed there was someone out on the wing, and in the process of that, I basically put the map down because I'm focused on there's someone out on the wing. So I've been
okay.
looking behind
Understandable.
me, trying to find out if I can get up over the plane and actually get out there to help them back inside, which, depending on the configuration, is feasible.
So as you were looking, you see this really attractive woman who, ironically, has not lost her hat, moving from strut to strut, and with an agility that really impresses you. You kind of lose sight of her as she kind of makes her way to the cabin, but then you can't see her after a certain point. She's out of your line of sight.
That's one way of not paying for the flight.
Well, so his first instinct is to, like I said, climb out onto the roof and try to reach her. So I would have take extra time, probably trying to figure out how to reach. There's some cabling at the root of the wing that he could reach potentially if he stretches really far, and so he was in the process of turning around and trying to figure that out, and he may have noticed the fact that there are people standing up pointing guns in the passenger compartment at that point.
Well, if you wanted to actually climb out of the cockpit and go up and over, you can do it, of course.
Here comes the 18.
So you'd have to pull off a successful climbing roll to get on top of the plane, and then I think at that point I would say walk your way down to where the door or the window is, or at least walk your way over to see if the wing is clear. Maybe she fell off, maybe she didn't. But basically, you're going to have to make at least 2 climbing rolls to get yourself over to where you can get in to see what's going on in the cabin.
Well, that puts us at a bit of a problem.
Why? Does he have Daredevil?
Oh,
You said he
okay.
had Daredevil, didn't he?
Yeah, that is a specific. So I don't have climbing skill.
So you use dexterity?
No, that would be at a default, which is Dex -5, which is 7.
But you've got Daredevil, right?
That makes it 8.
Yeah, that's not good odds.
That's not good odds.
I love this plan.
So no, I won't be climbing anywhere. So given
Maybe
that
talk the other
climbing
guy
is
into doing it.
given that climbing is out, he's gonna turn around and try to get back to the passenger cabin because he's the hero of his own story here, so he's got to rescue her. And never minding that, he'll see that Marissa's opening the window and trying to help her in. So
there's no way to get into the cabin from
should be.
No, there isn't. Not on this plane.
Yeah,
there's no cabin door from the cockpit to the cabin.
Not on the one that I saw.
Yeah, this one it's a completely cut off. It's got an enclosed cabin for 12 passengers, along with 2 crew and an open cockpit. But you can't actually get through. There's no door.
Damn it! Now I closed the thing that had the plane that I was looking at that was like that didn't have the thing.
Well, I was looking at a cutaway and it has access. Well, maybe. Okay, well, if you say it doesn't, it doesn't. So, shit.
Maybe you should get the other dude to climb back there and try to help.
Okay, so what he is going to do is grab the controls, and he's going to start lightly banking to the port side, basically leaning the wing, having patients sort of falling toward the cabin.
Ah!
Not a lot, just a little, just enough to help.
Okay, all right. So Flyboy is flying. You're going to try to take over control of the plane.
I'm assuming there are 2 sticks here. If there aren't, then I'm going to strongly suggest to John there that we do so.
Okay, so there aren't two sticks. There's the sticks he's got in his hand, and you're going to have to try to influence him, probably by shouting at him that there's someone on the wing, and he needs to do something to assist.
So I will inform him that we should bank a little.
And he wants to know why.
There's someone on the wing.
And
We're trying to get back in.
okay. And he kind of just looks at you like with incredulity. What are you talking about?
There's a dame on the wing.
And he's going to try to lean over you to see what he can see.
Which is going to result in you banking the wrong way.
So,
you know how that is, where it's like if you're looking in that direction, you're inevitably going to sort of drift and sort of turn.
So let's have the universe decide if he actually does that. Who would like to roll that roll? The universe is indifferent, so just for fun, I will say he does exactly what Rigel suggests, and he leans over, and as he's leaning over, he just naturally steers the plane to lilt it over onto the starboard side. So I'm just going to retcon this. Patience, as you are making your way up to the open window, these two start to talk about the fact that you're out there on the wing, and Flyboy leans over to see if he can see. This causes the plane to lilt a little bit, not in your favor. So we'll kind of put you here.
So real quick. So Marisa is, hang on, let me look real quick. She is impulsive and she has combat reflexes. Can she like make a lunge out the window and try to catch Patience before she gets drug away?
In the process, jostling Duke's hand and causing him to drop the suitcase.
Mm-hmm. That might happen.
I'm totally not helping here, am I?
Okay, so you're going to try to reach through the window and grab Patience as best you can to pull her back towards the window.
Yep.
And that's the same window that Duke's got the briefcase kind of hanging outside.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
This is going to end great.
So Willie, we're gonna move Willie back because this is all kind of happening sort of simultaneously. And Marissa, yeah, go for it. Let's see if you can reach Patience. How about with a dexterity at -2?
Okay, she's got acrobatics. I'm not sure if that would help.
Probably not in this case.
Yeah, probably not.
Somersaulting.
Yeah.
While that's going on, Johnny is going to make a
subtract
grab
2 from that.
correct.
Still a success.
Okay, so you grab onto Patience. Patience, Marissa grabs a hold of you. Sorry, what were you saying there, Giger?
I was going to say that Johnny's going to make a grab to correct our attitude.
All right.
Overcorrect.
So let's have you and the pilot do a quick contest of dexterity to see who manages to get better positioning on the sticks.
Is he still holding on to it?
Oh yeah, but perhaps you can get a more advantageous hold.
Well, I mean, he's not going to be able to look around the cabin, or is he just poking his head up?
Yeah, he's kind of like trying to poke his head up around you. He's just curious to see if this is what's really going on. Holding on to the stick, hence causing it to list to the starboard side.
Okay, well, I'm assuming he's going to be somewhat disadvantaged in this case. What did you want the roll to be?
Let's make a quick contest of dexterity.
I can't think of anything better, so we'll do that.
Oh,
I
okay.
wins.
All right. So you managed to grab the sticks in a better way than Flyboy Skitshaw.
All right, I got it.
Barrel roll.
And just make a piloting roll, if you don't mind.
What if I do mind?
I want you to roll an 18 here, Giger. Yes. Fail by 1. Yes.
You know what?
Barrel roll.
We should have
barrel
lucky.
roll.
So in this jerking of the
No, wait,
starboard
that'd be on roll, wouldn't it?
back over to the port side, I'm going to have Marissa do a strength check at -2, and Patience, I want you to do a dexterity check at -3.
Lord, oh lordy.
I'm surprised everybody doesn't have to make a dex check back here to avoid getting tossed off our feet.
All right. So, Marissa, you hang on to Patience, and Patience, you lose your sort of grabbing of Marissa's arm or whatever it is you were kind of clutching onto. So now Marissa is the only thing holding on to you for dear life.
Oh boy.
Marissa is
And-
just yelling out just a string of Italian, expletives in Italian.
And Duke, I'd like you to make a dex check at -2 to see if you hold on to the briefcase as these two are jostling and the window is everything's being jostled. In fact, I think everyone could probably make a dex check at -2 just to stay on their feet.
Including Marissa.
No.
What if
Does
we're
that
sitting?
does that mean Duke lets go of the briefcase?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
But
because
which way
you're-
does it fall?
Could get stuck in the rigging.
because
Woohoo!
oh my gosh.
Yes.
So Willie just critically
So-
failed.
I think the pistol's going to go off.
You think the pistol's going to go off?
Yeah. He gave me the pistol.
That's true. He gave you the pistol.
That was
Let me-
holding it.
Let me roll for these. Let me roll for everyone else.
Way to mess things up there, Johnny.
Rigel is not helping.
He's
I'm
trying not
dying.
to.
This is
He's helping
amazing.
a lot.
This is Hollywood.
So the bullet goes through to the cockpit, kills the pilot.
I
Of
just
course it does.
noticed that both of the guys up there in the cockpit are named John.
Well, guess what? Skeet just critically succeeded his dex check.
Luckily, Betty's going to be like at an additional -2 or something because she's drunk.
And Betty definitely does not make her dex check. And okay, so let's start at the top. So let's start with the critical failure. So you're suggesting that the gun goes off, are you?
Yeah, basically what I'm thinking is the plane sort of overcorrects, so he is off of his feet because he was like halfway between making a step. Willie was, and so he goes back into the window, and since he was sort of aiming the pistol in the general direction of Skeet and Georgie and Betty and unfortunately Johnny and John, but he can't see them. Just the impact of falling into the against the window causes his finger to automatically squeeze the trigger.
Excellent.
It
Okay.
goes bang.
So do you want to roll 1d6 or sorry 1d, let's go with 1d3, and which direction does that gun fire off in?
Well,
Could do a grenade scatter with that.
he's generally pointing. Crap! Why is that not working?
I know he's generally
He's generally
facing that
pointing in
direction.
that direction. Yeah,
So if we were to say,
yeah. One,
Say
two,
a-
three. That's 3.
okay,
I don't know what that's going to be in this particular case.
I would say if it's a 3, it's like the shot is going to go off kind of like in that direction there.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Oh, crap. Maybe I'll hit the engine. That'd be great.
So we'll say it goes off in the sort of the direction towards Georgie. And what would be the chance of you hitting Georgie?
9 or less.
I would say, yeah, a 9 or less. What would you have needed if you were to try to hit him? I think it would probably come down to a 9 or less.
It'd be a -1 if he intentionally tried.
Yeah. So that would. Oh, that's the wrong one. So yeah, I would have had an 11 to intentionally shoot. So 9 or less would be definitely less.
That's for sure. So let's just see. Do you hit Georgie with the bullet?
Let's find out. I want to roll I desperately want to roll a 3. Damn it! I rolled an 11.
Okay. So the gun goes off. You miss Georgie. I'm going to say the bullet passes by Georgie and kind of blows through the window behind him.
And hits the propeller.
So we'll say the window gets blown out by that horrible gunshot. Duke, did you fail your roll?
Yes, by 3.
Failed by 3. Okay. I'm going to say that you, in falling to your feet, and because of your unluckiness, the briefcase leaves your hand. And I'm going to say that it falls on the outside of the plane. And at that point, I'm going to turn over to Patience and say, do you want to make a dex check to see if you grab the briefcase?
I don't know. She's clinging to Marissa. She might be like, screw that.
Because she's not clinging to anybody. Marissa's the only thing holding her, and this briefcase drops. Do you want to try and grab it, Patience?
Actually, besides the pragmatism of life and death, right? So she's not really, doesn't make sense for her to do that. She can give a rat's ass about the money. The insurance company will pay the bags back if anything is lost. She's here for her target.
I actually don't know if that's entirely the case in 1936 Italy.
Well, she doesn't care about the money.
Well, she
Regardless.
probably also doesn't know what's in that briefcase.
Yeah, even if she may be suspected or whatnot, she wouldn't care. So, and again, if she's only hanging on for dear life, she's not gonna kill herself to grab a briefcase.
Okay, so the briefcase goes down, and I'm going to get Duke to just make a universe roll. If you get a good or better, the briefcase itself is going to fall and get lodged somewhere at the base of the wing, and it may or may not go off the wing.
That's not a good or better.
That's not a good or better. So the briefcase goes flying, and
Patience should have kicked it.
Skeet is like, well, he doesn't quite know what's happened, except that he's the one guy that kept his footing. All right, so let's move into combat turn, shall we?
Now I feel bad for having Duke's pistol.
All right, Marissa, we're going to start with you.
Okay, Marissa is going to start trying to pull Patience through the window.
All righty.
Is that a strength check or anything? Or
Let's do a strength check.
I don't think she has anything to help with that. Okay.
Oh, you didn't add all the tables in.
Oh, did I not add all the tables?
Yeah, I don't see like humanoid hip location or any of
Oh.
that stuff.
Huh.
Oh well, no worries. This is
Awesome.
I've got GURPS 4E tables loaded, I think, but hang on, let me see.
Success by 3.
Excellent.
Nope, guess not.
Okay.
There it is.
For whatever reason, that was a player blocked. So try again, GURPS 4E tables.
There you go. That looks
Excellent.
more right.
Excellent. Okay, so Marissa, you pull Patience closer to the window. Patience, do you want to try a dex check to get your footing and lean towards the window.
Well, what are my options? I want to get inside.
That's your option.
You could just
So
jump
that's-
off. It's not the fall that kills you.
Okay, so Patience, you manage to plant your feet on the wing and push your body towards the open window, watching a briefcase go flying off the wing. Duke, you realize the briefcase is gone.
Duke realizes he's just lost any bargaining chip that he had, so he's going to reach for the gun that he handed Willie.
All right.
PC versus PC grappling.
Johnny, what you doing? You failed a piloting roll. I think you need to make another piloting roll to get this plane.
Well, yeah, obviously. What is the pilot doing?
Screaming.
Yeah.
Is
so
he
Johnny
still trying to look, or is he trying to get back down in control?
No. He's trying to get back down and resume control of the plane.
Okay. Well, I'm going to facilitate that occurring.
Chicken.
Okay, so you're gonna allow him to take control of the plane?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on back there.
Okay, so that's fine. That's your turn. Georgie, he is going to lean down and pick up the shotgun that he'd put down on the seat in front of him. Skeet is going to grab his pistol that he'd put down by his side, and he is going to raise the pistol. He's just not sure whether he's raising it to Willie or to Duke at this point, but he's readying his pistol.
Well,
Yes.
Duke did just throw his money out.
Betty has, she failed her dex check. She fell against the cabin wall and has now trying to sort of rewrite herself in her drunken stage. That brings us to Willie.
Right. So he fell, but seeing that Georgia is going for the shotgun, it's like, nope, can't have that. So sorry there, Duke. I'm going to have to take another shot with his pistol. And I'm going to try to shoot Georgie. Except this time I'm not capped at 9. Oh, a
Holy
3.
Okay.
Well, then, we know how that works.
Damn. Oh, 17. That's DR protects. Whatever.
Critical
Education,
failure.
because it's funny. Vital strike. Damn it. Holy cow.
Damn.
Okay.
Duke's just going to say, you keep it.
Is that pistol just like the one that Willie has, which is Smith & Wesson 38 safety hammerless, 2D -1 piercing?
So which
Police
sorry,
special. Colt 38,
whose
police
pistol are you
special.
using?
The one that I had in hand, which was Duke's.
Okay, so Duke, what damage does that puppy do?
Does 2D piercing.
Okay,
Is that the same
that's
as yours?
Not quite. I can just temporarily adjust this so it is. And then that figures 2 points.
Still to the vitals.
That's true. So that's 6 points.
It'll be
So
let's see,
piercing-
piercing is
piercing
3.
Depends
Yeah.
on the armor.
yeah, so piercing does ×1 to living targets.
Not to vitals. Vitals, it'll still be 3.
So it'll be
Yep.
×3. But
So
the
6
base is
points.
piercing. Yeah. So 6 points, eh?
Yep.
Wow. What a critical success and what a crappy damage.
I
roll.
know,
All
right?
All right, I gotta add that damage to Georgie. Hang on.
Let's
Now,
see.
is
Yeah,
that
that's
a
probably not
major
a...
wound?
He might still force a knockdown or
That's
stun.
No, it's going to force a check,
true.
but if it's a major wound, it'll be -5.
Major wound is half. I can't remember what half
Yeah,
major wound
it's
is.
Yeah,
half in 1. So it is a major wound for Georgie. So he's gonna have to make a health roll, correct?
-5.
Uh-huh.
-5 because it was at vitals. That's what we're saying.
Yep.
So
think
he
that's gonna work.
fails. He fails
He's
that.
unconscious.
So
Great.
Georgie just falls down into the little aisle that he's sitting in, and his shotgun simply falls from his hands onto the seat in front of him.
I got a pretty good idea which one Skeet's going to shoot at now.
So, one of those little things about GURPS that have never been able to quite figure out is that reflexive trigger pull. At what point does that actually happen?
When I critically fail on my dex thing and fall against
Maybe.
the window.
I think
No, I
that was
mean
an awesome.
in the case of
Oh, you
Georgie
mean
there.
in Georgie being shot. Well, I don't know.
Well,
Is there a
it was
rule?
on the ground, so technically he's just in part 1 of 2 to pick it up. He hasn't
never
even
mind
readied
then.
it.
Yeah, because he'd leaned forward to grab that shotgun off the seat, so he was in the process of readying the shotgun.
Yep.
It was not ready. That's good enough.
Yeah, so I think he leans over, Willie just up and shoots him, and he falls back again into the sort of the aisle he's standing in, and the shotgun just goes back onto the seat.
One of these days, I will answer that question.
So we go over to John Flyboy, and he's like looking at you like, what the hell? But that's all he does. He doesn't really. He just kind of shoves you with his shoulder, but that's all.
How attached to this money was Skeet?
Skeet was incredibly attached to that money.
When
I
he
don't know-
realizes the money is gone, is he going to be in a state of shock?
I don't know that he, first of all, is aware that the money's gone. I think he still thinks you're holding on to it. But of course, if you pull back both your hands, he's going to see that that's not the case. But we're back at Marissa. So Marissa, what do you want to do? You've got basically Patience right there at the window with you.
Gonna pull Patience through the window,
All
or
right.
at least help.
Okay. I'm not going to require a roll for that. You two are going to work together to get her through the window. And we're going to just skip Patience, because Patience, I take it, unless you really want to do something different, you are trying to get through that window, correct?
Correct.
All right. We move on to Duke. So Duke, you just saw Willie shoot Georgie, and you see that that Skeet's readying his pistol, but that gunshot has just gone off.
So he's readying his pistol. His pistol's not currently ready.
Yeah, he was readying it last turn. This turn, he hasn't figured out who he's going to shoot at yet. But what you see is him kind of like getting the pistol up.
Charge forward and grapple that pistol. Or
Excellent.
the arm.
Or the arm. Okay, so to grapple the arm, is that going to be at a -1 because you're moving into close combat? Or that will be
No.
next turn?
It's -2 to grapple the arm, but I think you get +3 if you're grappling with two hands.
Huh? No.
No, it's
So
it's half the penalty for the location rounded up.
that. But are you grabbing for the arm or are you grabbing for the pistol?
The arm.
And does this constitute a move and attack?
Yes.
So I think you would be at like a -6 to grab the arm.
I'll spend the fatigue.
And are you grabbing for the arm or are you grabbing for the gun?
Grabbing for the arm so he can't actually shoot anyone.
All right. So kind of like forcibly directing where his arm and where the gun's pointing.
Yes, so he'll like force the arm up so it's
Okay.
facing the roof or something.
Okay. All right. Go for your attack roll.
Let me just check if he's got wrestling. Negative. That will be a fail. But I think you
right,
do get
so-
bonuses if you're grappling two hands.
No,
I
that's
believe
in the
that-
context. That's in the contest. Excuse me.
The quick contest, yeah. Because you grapple them first, and then they have a chance to break free on their turn, back or do some other action.
Okay.
Was
so
that a
you basically-
gunshot?
You basically miss his arm is what happens there, eh?
Yep.
Okay. Johnny screams, "Was that a gunshot?" And we'll wait for Flyboy to come to his turn. Georgie's out of the action. Skeet is going to try to shoot Duke.
I'm having Consop flashbacks here.
Uh-huh.
So basically no mods because you're right there in front of him, but it's close combat, is it not? So the bulk modifier would go against the shot?
Yes. Does that apply to pistols, though? I think it does.
Yeah, it's the bulk or -2, whichever is worse.
Well, that's the same. I'm pretty sure, yeah, if you're firing a ranged weapon, you apply that bulk modifier to your shot in close combat.
And then if you're in close combat they can also attempt to parry if they have that skill better than like a dodge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Duke, good thing your unluckiness kicked in with the briefcase, but he missed you, man. He fires
Where'd
into
that
the
bullet
seat.
go?
He fires into the seat, sort of near your waist.
It's the gas tanks on the plane.
So yeah,
Rigel's full of ideas.
He's not helping, is he?
yeah, he was sort of bringing the pistol up and tried to fire into like your hip. So the bullet just simply goes through the seat and then sort of passes through the seat into the floor. And that's that.
Where are the gas tanks on this thing?
I don't know.
Usually in the wings.
Yeah, it's usually like a pylon under the wing near the engine.
Yeah. Probably what those are.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So I'm simply ruling that the bullet flies into the.
that's no fun.
Yeah. Betty
No, it's fine.
Betty screams at the sounds of gunshots, etc., etc. Willie.
He's going to move and attack. He's going to run up here and try to join in with Duke in knocking this guy down. Except
Okay.
he's going to. His is going to be garbage.
You got to go over the chairs to get there too, don't you?
That's fine. I'll go. You saw that picture. These things are like crappy
Uh-huh.
wicker chairs. They're
That
not
just
real
makes it worse.
chairs.
Now you're going to trip over them.
They're not real chairs. So, like Duke, I'm going to burn the fatigue for the move and attack. But since my punch is a crappy 11, he's going to do a telegraph strike.
Okay.
And success by 4, so that means you can dodge at +2. Is that right? I think that's +2. Well, you get a +2 on the. Wow, I do crap damage.
Okay, so a +2 to his dodge.
Yep.
Yep.
He succeeds by 2.
All right, that makes sense. Because, that was a terrible punch.
We're going to skip Alina. Flyboy, he is going to try and simply make a piloting roll.
18. That's terrible. He actually made it.
He brings the plane easily back into a standard flying position, looks at Johnny and smirks, and as if to say, that's how you do it.
You should punch him for that.
Back over to Marissa.
Okay, so Patience is in the cabin now.
Yeah, you basically have pulled Patience through, and Patience lands at your feet.
So with gunshots going off and stuff, let me check something. All right. Marissa's actually going to just kind of duck for right now. She will see that the front is kind of crowded.
Start
And
throwing some chairs up here.
Y'all don't need more obstacles. But she will yell out behind her to Elena to let her know that there's a fight.
Okay. So you're
totally
going to kind of
hear,
you're kind of move over here like that, eh?
Yeah, and just kind of keep low.
Okay, Patience.
Well, am I prone?
Yeah, you're basically prone sort of through the window onto the floor of the plane.
Do I recognize Marissa? So I probably have files on whoever's associated with Skeet, for my briefings. Do I recognize her as somebody that I should, person of interest?
Marissa? No, you've never seen. Well, actually, you know Marissa from popular films of the time.
Oh, she's an actress.
Not really. I guess
then
you
how
could
would
do
she
it.
know her?
She's,
I guess-
she's been in one in her. She was in a film, but she apparently.
Say
My
no
guess
more.
is she just was in there just to get thrown off a balcony. So she wants to be a serious actress, but right now she's been kind of like bit parts.
Where was that filmed?
Yeah,
It doesn't
totally-
say. The
totally
name of
needs
the
to.
film.
Johnny and Marissa totally need to have been in the same same movie.
Well, if
Yeah,
it was filmed in Rome, then it's not out of the question.
it's called The Crown of Spartacus.
Damn, that's totally in.
Okay, that's probably not Johnny's. He's a stunt pilot.
It was an ironic name.
you could certainly roll against current affairs, headline news. Maybe you saw a picture of this stunt woman.
So, Johnny, if you were a stunt pilot, then maybe you were flying the cameraman who wanted to, do something weird in the Crown of Spartacus.
Maybe it's enough to say you actually did see the Crown of Spartacus, and she looks real familiar.
So okay, so can I do a fast draw? So I want to do a couple of things. I want to like start getting up. That's my maneuver. But then I want to fast draw my handgun. And at the same time, if I don't recognize her, if I do, I'll be like, "Merci, mademoiselle." Just give her my thanks.
Okay. So basically, you're doing a step, and you're wanting to fast draw your pistol, correct?
Change posture.
Change posture. Yeah.
Yeah. So change posture. Sure. Do a fast draw.
18. Accidentally throw your pistol out the window. Man,
All right.
and you guys are letting me down with these rolls.
So very much you stand up, whip the pistol out, and say thank you to Marissa.
Or at least go to knee.
Yeah, and if I don't recognize her as a threat, which I don't, based on what you're telling me, I'll say thank you. I'll draw my pistol, start standing up, and go towards the front of the cabin. Start on my next turn towards the front of the cabin.
All right. Duke.
Going to try and grapple that arm again.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, so he gets to try and dodge that puppy, and he does not.
Need to wrestle it and cause him to accidentally shoot the pilot.
All right, so you've got his arm grappled.
That'll be my turn.
Johnny.
You can skip him. He's AFK. He doesn't like us.
All right. Well, carry on. Georgie's out. So Skitshaw is going to try to break the grapple. And this is going to be, what, a contest of dexterity or contest of strength?
Or grappling skill, so judo or wrestling.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have either of those. So it's going to be brute strength as he tries to break your grapple. But he fails his roll miserably. You succeed. We skipped you there, Giger.
Right.
Were you doing anything with the Johnny?
He was actually, now that the plane is back under control, he's going to basically lean off to the starboard side and poke his head around to see lady's feet sticking out of the window, slipping through, and also note that there's a broken window. And then he'll drop back in and say, "I think she's in, but somebody broke a window. I think they're shooting."
Okay, awesome. Betty, seeing that her man is being manhandled, starts to scream, "No! Don't hit my Skeets." Willie.
I am looking for something and I can't find it. What's the penalty for punching someone who is grappled?
There's no penalty.
It's not. There's nothing for grappling. It's if you're punching or attacking into close combat, it's -2, I think.
But he is at -2 to defend because he's grappled.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. So, okay, crap. 392. Right. And naturally I was on the wrong page. I was like one page away from it.
Yeah, striking into close combat's -2.
Of course, I guess that assumes that you are outside of close combat, which if you're punching, you are inside close combat.
That's true.
Yeah, it says if you're not in close combat yourself, you may help allies who are out. So I guess, yeah, I am actually technically right in there.
I definitely think you guys would be in close combat.
No, you have to be. Punches reach C.
And I am looking for one other thing because I want to try and is that going to be extremities? Screw it. What is the penalty for like basically punching wrist or hand or something like that? Because I'm trying to like
-4.
-4. Okay, well, crap.
-4. Okay, or -5.
Okay, sorry. If you miss, okay, so yeah, then I'm just gonna punch him. I'm not gonna take the penalty.
All right, so this is just a punch?
By 3. Yep, it's still a telegraphed, so he's just gonna have a regular dodge because he's gonna be at +2, -2.
Okay. Any misses?
Yay! Let's see my. Oh my god! No damage. I healed him.
Wow.
Unless, well,
You healed him?
I don't know. Unless crushing is minimum 1.
No, crushing's the only one that doesn't have a minimum.
Exactly.
The important question is, did you just break your knuckles?
All I can think of is you wind up to hit him, and then your hand opens and you just kind of give him a slap.
Well, I figured it was probably like he's going for like a gut punch, but he hit him, but it was his jacket, and it really didn't do anything.
Yeah, just an oddly angled punch. It didn't pull through with a full force. Alina is sort of screaming, "What is going on? What is going on?" in Italian to Marissa.
Yeah, because she was sitting on the pot, and then the plane just started wobbling, and she got thrown off the pot.
So, Johnny, did you say to Flyboy that you thought there was gunfire going on?
Yep.
Okay. He now he looks very concerned, but kind of looks at you as if to say, "But what can we do about it?"
Die!
Marissa.
Yeah, there's really nothing she can do with the kerfluffle up front. So she's going to go try
Throw
to
herself off a balcony.
what?
Throw herself off a balcony.
No, she is not going to do that. She's going to go try to yell to Elena what's going on, give her the play-by-play, and just tell her to keep low.
Patience.
So she will tell Marissa and Elena, please stay out of, stay back here, stay out of the way. In her, actually, do they look American or like what nationality? European?
Well, they're
You tell?
shouting at each other in Italian.
Yeah.
In Italian?
They're Italian.
She will say it in French then. And with not another word, she will step towards the front of the cabin and yell out to everybody, drop your weapons, put your hands up, however much she can say in 1 second.
Not
And
that much.
and she's got her gun pointed towards the front.
Oh crap! I'm
looking
gonna have
for-
to shoot her.
So she's also looking to see who else is, if there's anybody that's armed and her threats.
Duke.
Doing the classic cinematic, trying to disarm the guy by smashing his hand into the chair or something like that.
There's a perfectly good window you could throw him out. It would
Okay,
be
so
funny
are
if
you
did that
you're trying
accidentally.
to actually to knock the weapon out of your foe's grasp?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's see here.
That's 400.
I think if you hit and your foe fails to, you're trying to knock the weapon away. You're trying to disarm, though.
Not disarming
Yeah.
as in the classic sense where you're attacking the weapon. I'm like smashing his hand against, the wall so he drops the weapon. Because I've got his arm
Still
wrestled.
disarm.
Okay. So let's do a strength contest of strength. If you win, you force him to drop the gun.
And it'll go
Disarmed
off.
is actually,
and-
it's a minus, it's pretty tough. It's like a minus
that's
7 penalty.
That's a different situation, though. He's already got hold of the arm, so attacking it is not relevant at this point.
Yeah. So let's do a quick contest of strengths and see if you cause Skeet to drop the gun.
It is a little weird, though.
I will also use 1 fatigue for extra effort.
Okay.
I think that gives me a +2.
For what?
Extra effort on strength.
Oh,
Basically, mighty blows.
Right. Oh, so close. The revolver drops to the floor.
Does it go off? Because that'd be pretty unlucky.
he's,
Revolvers don't do that.
They might in Hollywood land in Cliffhanger.
depends on whether or not the hammer's back.
That's true.
good point.
See, Daniel's
Well,
helping
then.
me out here.
Yeah, Daniel
to
is
go.
helping. So let's have a reaction roll, universe roll, and on a
Come on, I want you to roll
on
a
a-
3.
on a neutral or worse, the gun was actually cocked.
Bad. Come on, man.
All right.
Y'all are
so
letting
Damn, he
me
gave you
down.
every opportunity.
the revolver drops to the floor of the cabin harmlessly.
Hey, point of order.
Yes,
Duke has unluckiness, right? The
that's
GM
true.
can arbitrarily decide, and once a session that player fails a roll.
True, but we have so much more in the session to do. It's something better might come up.
True, but it's also Ronky, and he generally loves to do the my unluckiness kicks in, and this bad thing happened.
Well, I'll leave that to Ronky if Ronky wants to kick his unluckiness in at this point. But we have more to play yet.
No, we'll just let it go.
Okay, falls to the cabin. Johnny,
Right. So he's like, what do we do? I think we need to go back there. I'm gonna go back there. Do we have a safety line or something? You know what? I'm just gonna go back there. So he's talking through it. I think what's probably gonna happen here is he's gonna do the stupid climbing roll and probably die. But I am going to take extra time, and I'm not entirely sure what the base time period on this particular situation is going to be. But it's probably whatever combat's going on is probably going to be over by the time he even gets to the wing.
that is probably true.
So
Okay, so he. Okay, that's fine. That's what you say. You start to unbuckle yourself or start to get yourself ready to start the climb. Skeet, unbelievably sort of incredulous to see his pistol drop, and he just looks at Duke with this kind of look of I hate you so much. And Betty, she's going to move up and try to grab onto Willie to try to get him off of Skeet.
Well, that'll be interesting.
So again, she doesn't have any grappling skills. This is just her reaching to grab onto to Willie.
That's
Success
gonna
by
be a
one.
fail. She's gonna. You said she was drunk, so I think there's
Yeah.
3 levels. I think it's
Yeah.
-2, -4, -6.
Yeah. So she kind of leans forward, throws her arms around you, and but grabs really nothing except the material of your jacket. Willie.
Let's see. Crap. I don't know what to do now. I think he's considering Betty ineffectual, so he's like mostly ignoring her, and he's probably going to just put the pistol up against Skeet and say, "Please stop."
Okay. So you're going to place your pistol on Skeet and say, "Enough is enough."
Yep, pretty much.
Alina is just screaming in Italian about what's going on. Are we safe? I'm so scared. And then Johnny kind of tries to physically like put his hand up on you to say like, what are you doing? Not that he's really trying to stop you, but he thinks you're insane. Marissa?
Marissa is going to narrate what's going on to Elena and say, I think it's okay. I think they're calming down. It's fine. And then she hears Elena go, "Ugh," and she's like, oh, that doesn't sound good.
Patience?
Well, did anybody respond to my order? Doesn't sound like it.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Okay, what were my orders regarding Skeet? Bring him in alive, bring him in dead or alive. What were her orders?
What was in your notes, your description?
Track down the American bank robber who somehow escaped, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really say. It says,
We found him.
you want me to read the whole thing? But it just says track him down. This is the case you get assigned, question mark. Good thing he's easy to track. And you were able to buy a ticket onto the plane.
You found him. So you found the bank robber, the famous American bank robber. So it's over to you what you want to do with him.
I'm just
Of
not
course.
sure of protocol.
Of course,
Um,
you're in Italy and you're not in France.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a couple of traits that make me think that she'd pull trigger first, ask questions later. But she also would want to follow her protocol. Maybe I can roll against Saver Fair, police possibly, or I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, nobody appears to have cared what you said. So whether you need to, figure out whether you can enforce the law at this point, or you can simply.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, exactly.
Does
I
she
think-
recognize the Duke as an operative from a fellow agency?
Ooh, that's a good question.
He's not an operative. He's just a PI, isn't he?
Detective.
Yeah, he's a PI. He's a
I-
private dick.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually involved with the police.
Wait, what was the thing about the reason he's doing some sort of investigation? Was it in the papers?
The girl Lauren someone.
Who is that?
She is an actress, I think. She was turned up dead.
Ah,
The Duke had it was like a love at first sight sort of thing with this actress. She turned up dead, and apparently Betty Sage was the last person, or was with Lauren that night.
but if it's an actress who was murdered, then that might have been in the papers, and not to get all PC or anything like that, but I guess it'd be anti-PC. But Duke is black, and this is 1930, so he probably would have been in the papers for that.
What do your reaction modifiers, Ronki? What did it say about? Does Duke have anything in terms of a reputation or anything that might?
It's still
does
Solange's
have-
turn, though, right? I mean, I still get the act. I just want to make sure.
He does have a reputation. It is a reputation for careless detective,
Oh, so it's a negative reputation.
recognized on a 10 or less.
But by Americans only.
Yep.
So I think, Patience, you don't really know who this guy is, except he.
So with Willie, he does have status 3, and he's very wealthy. So that it doesn't look like he has a reputation or anything, but
The only reason I ask is I'm just doing a threat assessment. I see 3 people plus the girlfriend. One of them's my mark. 2 other guys. I'm gonna point the gun at Willie and aim. That's what I'm gonna do, and shout again for everybody to stop, drop their weapons, put their hands up. All that stuff. But I
think
want to
the plane's
know.
also really loud. It's really noisy in here.
Yeah, it is
And I'm
very
like-
loud.
Well, she'll scream, "Stop! Stop! Put your hands down, drop your weapons, or I'm gonna shoot!"
Okay. Giger, I
and she-
saw your. Okay, so you're going to continue to just try to point out
I
the
am
obvious.
aiming,
You want them to.
no.
To desist.
and I am
Oh,
aiming
sorry.
at Skeet.
You're aiming at who? Skeet.
Skeet.
Okay.
Well, she will have noticed that Willie and Duke seem to have been like trying to subdue this guy.
I just for a moment here, Giger, I saw the link you put in. So you're kind of wanting to build the case that there's a door between the cockpit and the cabin, correct?
I'm not necessarily trying to build that case. I was actually looking for something else and discovered that quite a few of these models actually do have a door.
All right. So even though the adventure as written says there isn't a door, let's for fun say there is a door, and
Really small one.
and
Slot.
you can certainly get through that door if you wish.
Ah,
Okay.
reinforcements! Bang, bang, bang!
Well, it does look like it is kind of small, and there are probably people right in front of it.
Oh crap! You're gonna open the door. It's gonna smack Betty. She's gonna fall into me. I'm gonna shoot Duke, and then Patience is gonna shoot me. This is gonna be great.
Well, it's not
Okay,
my turn
so
yet.
let's we'll wait for your turn, but let's say you're getting up out of the chair or seat, and you are going to start to make a move for that door. That's what you did last turn.
No,
Okay,
he was gonna
so-
make it a climb, and the flyboy dude is like, "There's a door right there."
Of course.
Oh, I thought that was locked.
So Duke, we'll go right over to you.
All right, so Duke's going to maintain one hand on the grapple, release his primary hand, which I assume will be his right, and then he's going to telegraph punch to the jaw of Skeet.
Willie? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna telegraph punch to the jaw for Betty.
So is the jaw -5 or -6?
That's a really good question.
It's 6.
I'm looking at the hit location table, and I mean, I don't think it says anything about a jaw
It's in martial arts.
in martial arts. Okay.
That's a hit.
Success
Because
by
he's
two.
because he's grappled. What is he at? -4?
-2 to defend.
-2 defend.
He's gonna roll a 3, and you're gonna miss and punch Betty. She's gonna go out the window
He fails to dodge.
by a lot. Man, I saw that 6 for a second.
So the thing with the jaw, it is still a head blow, so it automatically triggers a health check. It is at -1 because of the jaw knockdown.
Crack. Is that
Nope,
the best you can do?
He succeeds, so whang, you smack him in the jaw, but he's not going down. Okay, Johnny.
Right. I knew
so
that.
there's the door.
So he's gonna basically clamber down there. It's gonna take a second because there's not a lot of room back here, and he'll go for the door and find that there's somebody in front of it.
So
It's blocked.
Open the door, hit Betty to knock her into Willie, who will fire and accidentally hit John Flyboy Skitshaw in the back of the head.
So Skeet's like, doesn't say much except for makes a kind of a grimace as your fist connects with his jaw, and
You should knee him in the jimmy.
he's well, kind of so Duke's got him in a really disadvantageous position because he's kind of got his arm pulled down. There's a seat in front of Skeet, and so I think Skeet is just going to again try to break free from this if he can, but he's not able to. So Betty, she's going to try again to grab onto Willie.
Wow.
Okay, so she's got a hold of Willie. I'll give her that.
I'm gonna retreat because wow. So he's gonna be stepping back like nope.
Okay, good stuff.
Did
So
you trip over a chair?
I don't
How
have
about
the
that?
luckiness.
okay, so yeah, how about a dex check because we are really in tight quarters here. Just a dex check.
Yes, I failed
Yes.
by 2.
Awesome.
Ah! I am now seated in a chair.
So yeah, so Willie, you kind of go back into a chair, and that opens the door clearance as Betty moves forward for the door to open.
Oh crap! Reinforcements. I'm gonna have to start shooting.
All right, Willie. So you flunk back into a chair.
He is going to basically just change posture to stand up and kick this stupid chair back.
Alina, retching, Flyboy is now that you've gotten through the door, Flyboy is sort of going to just sort of pop his head around to take a look.
And now he's gonna dive.
Marissa.
Marissa is like she's like the audience at a tennis match, like back and forth watching and ooh when somebody lands a punch, that kind of thing.
Okay, Patience.
Okay, so I just saw Skeet get punched in the jaw, right?
That's right.
By Duke, I think, right? Was that
Yep.
Willie? Sorry.
But the
Duke.
scary black man.
The Black American. She's going with her biases here. And then what does Willie look like?
He's got a really big smile.
All you see is the back of Willie's head as he falls back into a chair and tries to get back up again.
Says
Oh,
that was
I think-
uncalled for.
I think I may have recognized maybe Willie as somebody famous. Not sure.
Not really famous, sadly.
Okay. She's going to try one more time. And actually, she's going to do. Wait. Damn it. I don't know what to do, to be honest.
Come on up to the scrum. It's fun.
She's going to be like, I am. So she will say, I'm, I'm
You are the
Madame,
law.
whatever, you know, Skeet is my prisoner, and you're basically you're in an event, you're interfering with my mission. Stand back now, or I will shoot. So that's kind of like her last warning, and she will continue to aim at Skeet.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting.
Duke, what you doing?
Duke's going to do exactly the same again.
Another punch to the face.
Yes. Won't be to the jaw this time, so it's just to the face.
Technically, does Patience have legal enforcement powers?
She technically does not, but you don't know that.
Nice.
Okay, that was a success. And what's his mod for being grappled here? Minus
Minus two.
-2.
Yeah, it's -4 to all dexterity-based skills, so it's effectively a -2 to
Oh,
defense.
Right.
yeah, here we go. So he breaks the grapple.
No, that
No,
means
it's
a-
Duke has to roll a critical miss.
Oh, that's right, a critical miss.
You need to punch Betty on accident, and she go out that broken window
Into the propeller.
into the propeller. I'm like, oh crap!
Okay, so does this mean you still have a hold of him?
Yes.
All right, but you've lost your balance after swinging at him.
And all of his actives are at -2. Oof.
Well, if you can't do a free action, you can't hold on.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I believe.
Is a contest a free action?
The contest isn't, but maintaining a grapple might be. I'm checking.
No, this will work great. He'll miss, and then Skeet will go for his gun, and Patience will drill him. And the bullet will go through him and somehow curve around Johnny and take out the other pilot, too.
While you're looking that, well, I guess Johnny or Giger, did you find any clarity on that?
No.
I mean, I can see that you lose your balance, but you can do nothing else. So that means what? You can't maintain an
At very
active
least.
grappling. You can't maintain an active grappling, I would think. So I would say in
You still do get defense at -2 though.
You're
So
right.
if you can dodge, I don't see why you can't be still holding on to someone.
Right. Okay, so you lose your balance. All you're going to be able to do is your active defenses are at -2, but you can do nothing else, not even a free action until your next turn. All right, fine. We'll say you still have a hold of his arm. Johnny.
So the door is currently blocked, so he is going to start leaning into it to try to get some separation.
So no, the door is not blocked. You can open that door because Betty she moved forward.
I was assuming that Skeet was in the way.
No, he's sort of one. I believe he's sort of like one seat in. So you can open
Yeah,
that
it is
door.
kind of hard to read.
So you can open that
Okay.
door.
If you wanted, okay, so if you're making that case, then he will open the door and basically see what's going on. And now, who's who here?
Exactly. So you see chaos.
I guess he'll be evaluating at this point.
All right. Skeet is going to try to break free from you, Duke, and he does. And
Uh-oh. Just in time for Patience to shoot him.
so he breaks free from you, and he is going to sort of step back from you and feel the door to the cockpit block his way back.
He's feeling you up there, Johnny.
Uh-huh.
The nerve.
Betty screams at the top of her voice, "Skeet, help me!" And she launches for Skeet.
Does he punch her? Because I would punch her.
I would totally hope. Oh, wow. Wow.
And-
She got a pretty good tackle.
And she leans forward into Skeet to try to clutch onto him.
He needs to roll an 18.
Willie?
Let's see. So, dude did not go for the pistol. I think I'm around the air. Where's the shotgun anyway?
Shotgun is at your feet.
All right, so I'm going to spend this round kicking it back. So it's not a threat to, like, Skeet, or not a threat, but it's not available to Skeet or anything like that.
Okay, make a dex check.
You would ask for that, wouldn't you?
I sure would.
I totally want to roll an 18 and fall. I tried, failed by 4.
All right, so you don't quite hit it with your foot the right way.
Boom! Sorry.
Alina, she's just staying in. She's scared. Flyboy, looking around,
Needs to
Can
start
see-
rolling the plane.
can see that things are not the way they should be behind him. Marissa,
Marissa's just yelling stuff in Italian, like I don't know, just like calm down, put your gun down, blah blah blah, that kind of thing,
okay,
and just staying low.
wise, very wise.
Mamma mia.
Patience.
Solange, or patience.
Fire!
Okay, who has a weapon in their hand still at this point?
Absolutely nobody except for
Willie.
you.
Willie,
Or I
does,
guess
but he's not
Willie's
oriented
trying
on
to-
you.
You're the only one who's got a weapon drawn and pointing at anyone. You were targeting Skeet, but Skeet has kind of moved between or behind Duke.
I think you can still make that shot.
I mean, it's a target-rich environment, one way or the other.
Worst comes
Somebody
to
is
worst,
getting hit.
you miss him and you take out the pilot. One of them.
So she gave her warning last time. Nobody
She
listened to
did.
her,
Bang.
and she's a woman of her word.
Ah.
She is firing Skeet.
Oh my!
Also, because it looks like he's trying to get away to the pilot's room.
Not sure how that's going to work, but
You're at a
whatever.
-4. You're at a minus.
So I'm at a -4 because she's behind somebody, right? Intervening figures.
Yeah.
She did 2 seconds
Duke
of
is in the
aim.
way.
Yep.
2 seconds of aim. She's
So
doing
act
brace.
+1.
+2 for. Oh wait, are you doing the net number?
Yeah, you
So
get
it's 2.
act the first for the first round of aim, and then +1 for the next round.
So +2 from aiming, +1 for brace, +1 for all out attack determined. That's +4, and then -4 for the Duke beaten away.
You're -6
What's-
for range and Duke.
She can take a step, so it's a -1 for the range.
So,
So what's the
-5.
act of the pistol?
1.
Oh, okay. That's not a
So
great.
I think I'm at a -1 cumulative.
You
if I
can
did
do
right.
it. Shoot him in the eye.
So you got the range and Duke. You're going to be at -5, and then add whatever bonuses you get.
Okay, so +4, -5, so I'm at a -1,
Yep, -1. You may fire when
And-
ready.
and I have a rate of fire of 3.
All right.
Oh,
So
recoil of 2.
where did those other 2 bullets go?
All right, so you possibly land one hit on Skeet.
Damn it. Yeah, I wish I had luck. So success by 1 hit.
And the other 2
All right.
bullets are going to take out the pilot.
So, okay, so Skeet does get a chance to dodge, and he does.
But is he going to have visual? I mean, is he where she's going to shoot?
I'm going to rule he's dodged. This is a very target-rich environment.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So let's figure out where the other 3 bullets have gone.
Was he
pilot.
running towards the back, towards the door?
Well, who could possibly be in the range of that entire 3 bullets? There's a lot
That
of
would
people.
be Duke, the pilot, and Johnny.
Possibly also Betty, because she was like, sort of half tackled on Skeet.
Betty's in a different hex, I believe.
Yeah, but he specifically had her like sort of body tackling.
Okay, so she's actually in close with Duke.
Right.
Skeet.
In which case, would that not give him a penalty on his dodge? Huh? He's grappled.
Or
He's
if
grappled.
he is grappled by her, yeah.
Well,
Huh?
if he was grappled by her, I think she was mostly throwing herself to him as opposed to trying to grapple him. That's the difference.
Well,
So
that was
potential
fine.
targets is everyone except the shooter and Willie.
Everyone except the shooter and Willie.
Wow.
I think Duke would be the first person you roll for.
You're going to get 3 rounds to the back of the skull.
Well, no, only 2, because only 2 missed.
All 3 missed. Okay, right. Only 2 of them missed him. So,
There's 3 active rounds out there.
So,
yeah, but one would have hit Skeet. So that one definitely did not hit Duke.
Right.
so roll 3d6 on a 9 or less. Duke is hit.
Damn. That's going to be cold if she straight up ganked you right there.
So, patience, you got to roll 3d6 on a 9 or less. You hit Duke with at least 1?
Oops.
Or how does that work? Does
3d6, not
Is it
d3.
is it just 1 bullet that hits Duke, or is it the other 2?
I would just have roll again against the skill, but
So
cap it at
roll.
9.
So roll 2 times at 9.
That statistically makes it more likely that someone's going to be hit along the line. I would say just roll once and then choose from most likely to least likely if there are people that are hit.
Well, the way they go is, I believe it's the closest one gets hit first.
Yeah, so you only roll once.
Well, I mean, I think you're going to roll the regular attack, and so if there are multiple, then it's going to be rate of fire thing there.
Fair enough. Yeah, so roll 3d6.
It says I'm just gonna.
Wow.
Duke is not hit.
Okay, so Duke is not.
Yay, Duke!
If we just look at the rules, if you attack with a ranged weapon and miss, you may hit someone else. You must check for this. If you fail your attack roll, you may hit anyone who is in your line of fire. To determine this, check the line. Any hex this line passes through is in the way. Combatants who are kneeling or lying down are not in the way unless you are at their level. Hitting the wrong target is a matter of pure chance. Your attack roll against each possible target is the same, a flat 9 or the number you would have had to roll, whichever is worse. You roll first for the target closest to you. If you miss or if that target dodges, roll for the next target and so on. Keep rolling until you hit or someone blocks or parries your attack or you run out of targets.
Guess get to roll again against Betty.
Sweet.
Cap 9.
But Betty's not really in my line. She's kind of to the right.
She's in close
technically
with
in close
Skeet.
with Skeet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you got 3 people in close in the same hex.
Nope. All
So
right.
now, Johnny,
Now can we hit Johnny? She's got all 3 of them are going to nail Johnny.
That'd be
in the
about
head.
right, wouldn't it?
That would be pretty funny.
Uh-oh.
That's
Well,
one hit.
Johnny's facing that direction, though.
Oh,
so
wait,
he
wait.
could-
It's a 9. I rolled a 9, so that's only
Yeah,
one
so
hit,
that's
right?
one possible hit. But Johnny's facing that direction, so he can actually probably dodge.
yes,
Well,
exactly.
yeah.
He opens the door, sees a bullet come at him, shut the door.
No, he is definitely going to dive out of the way.
Holy crap, they're shooting! I'm telling
It's
you, all
almost-
3
it's-
are going to hit
It's almost
the pilot.
ridiculous that I have more chances of hitting other people than the person I was actually aiming at.
It's not unreasonable, actually. That's not going to work.
You didn't add feverish.
Well, no.
Yep,
Well,
you're going to die.
So did you still fail even if you had added feverish or dodge and drop?
That is
And-
dodge and drop.
And was this for every bullet or just overall?
It's just
my
one
actual
bullet.
rolls?
So is that 1 bullet or all of them?
Well, you only hit with 1.
Okay. So we've got still 2 other bullets live.
That's technically true, yes.
I want you to roll a 3, their FX.
Okay, roll your damage, FX.
Oh, man.
Damn, you're shooting Johnny. He's the only, well, no, he's not the only other pilot.
What sort of cop are you shooting into civilians?
I know, right? That's going to hurt a
Eh.
lot. Well, it's PI minus, though.
Well,
So halved.
that's true.
So half whatever gets through.
Right. And I do have armor.
You do?
Yeah, I got a leather jacket.
Oh, wow.
I'm a pilot.
So what is
I
that
was just
damage
checking on DR.
equivalent to?
Okay, so 5 points gets through. Half that is 2.5. I guess that
Cheers.
rounds up to 3.
No, I think it rounds down.
Is it down? Yeah, I
I
think
think
you're
it's
right.
down.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, small piercings times 1/2 to living.
All right.
but I
Now
am-
you need to roll a 3. You roll a 3 and then hit location skull. That is not a 3. That's garbage.
I'm trying my best not to hit anybody.
What were you
But
asking?
you needed to hit the pilot.
What were you rolling of? Sorry, were you rolling against where you hit him in the body?
No, that was
That
the
last
next
roll,
target.
somebody told me to roll again. So I was
To see
rolling.
if you hit the
for,
pilot.
Okay, so you missed the pilot then, correct?
That is so sad.
What are the chances of her hitting the yoke?
All
Or
right.
busting out the
so-
windshield.
okay.
There is
There
no
is no
windshield.
windshield.
There's no windshield. Well, there is, I guess, kind of a
Oh yeah,
windshield.
there's a bit
but-
of one. Yeah.
All right. So the bullets zing past, the remaining bullets zing past everybody and basically impact somewhere in the cockpit area. And this
Woot,
will
woot, woot.
this will not go unnoticed by the pilot. So in the end, how much damage did Johnny take?
Just 2.
Just 2. Okay.
So she's gonna like again emphasize her 3 shots. Like I said, everybody put your hands up right now. In her
All right.
in
That'll
her
be
French.
next. That'll be next turn. Duke.
Holy crap,
Duke
there's
is going
psycho
to reach down for Skeet's pistol.
Righto. Well, speaking is a free action, but yeah, it's 1 second. So you're trying to rattle all that off in a second. You'll have more time next turn to finish what you're trying to say.
What Patience doesn't realize is in all this chaos, she's been shouting in French.
She has.
I have no
Okay,
idea what
so,
you're saying then.
So Duke, you're reaching down to grab that pistol. Okay, Johnny, you've just been shot.
Apparently, I've just been shot. Is the pilot still in the pilot seat? Is he still piloting?
Yes. Oh, he's still
Okay.
piloting.
He's just looking back, going, "Ugh." Okay. I am going to get up,
Maybe
or
she's
start
going to
getting
start
up.
rolling the plane.
and I kind of wonder if I'm even aware that I've actually been shot at this point.
Okay.
Which is
Skeet-
another one of those GURPS questions I've never quite figured out.
Skeet is going to step back towards the cabin and he's going to shout out, "They're on to us." What's his brother's name?
Ah!
Flyboy.
They're on to us, John. They're on to us.
He's talking to you, Johnny.
And
Captain John, thank you very much.
And as he does that, you can see he kind of puts himself between his dame and Duke. And Betty's like screaming and throwing her hands up, not really being helpful in any way, shape, or form. Willie.
Right. So I failed to kick the shotgun back.
But the shotgun is still there.
Okay, well. There's also this crazy woman who's just randomly shooting. What was the penalty for shooting through? No, hold on, let me look at. Shooting through the. If he wanted to shoot at Skeet, he would have a penalty.
Oh, right. That's the shooting into close combat.
Is it?
Isn't it?
So what would that be? What would be the penalty?
I believe it was -2. What page did I say that was on?
I got
Okay.
a -4 for shooting
Right.
Yeah.
through somebody.
All right. So if you can target an enemy, if you can draw a straight line between any part of your hex and any part of his without passing through a solid obstacle. However, if your chosen line passes through an occupied hex, the occupants of that hex are in the way. You may hit them. If you miss your intended target, see hitting the wrong target below. Anyone in the way, friend or foe, gives you a -4 penalty. Now, it doesn't say anything about close combat.
Well, -4 makes that where I'm not going to be able to hit because I'm not that good of a shot. I've only got a base of 12. I think he's going to crouch and sort of try to aim at Skeet.
So I know last turn he tried to kick the shotgun. Is this turn he's trying to grab the shotgun, or
No,
is that
he's just going to crouch and aim at Skeet with his pistol.
okay?
Well,
All right.
with Duke's pistol anyway.
Gotcha. Understood. Alina, yada yada yada.
I wanted the pilot to start rolling the plane. So Alina's there in the bathroom and all that gunk she just threw up comes back.
So your wish is my command. And indeed, the pilot begins to jink the plane by causing it to toss one way or the other in the hopes that he can shake everybody up in the back.
Right. So
Marissa?
that sounds like a pilot test. Where's the pilot check? Huh?
So, so I can do a pilot check. I think he's probably going to win, but if he
I want him to
fails,
roll an 18.
if he fails,
Stall.
so be it. I understand what you're getting at.
I totally don't want the plane to stall. Honest.
Rigel is a chaos gremlin.
I am tonight.
Well, there, he succeeded on both rolls, which were unnecessary. So he succeeds and starts jinking the plane. Marissa, whatever you do, you first have to do a, well, I guess, sorry, if you're going to try to move while the plane's jinking, it's going to be at Dex -6 to move.
Whew.
Whoa.
Okay, so she is there's just she doesn't see a way to get involved with that mess up there. It's just packed full of people. So she is going to, like, when the shot rings out, she'll just yell out, Dios mío, and kind of cover her head. And as soon as the plane starts like getting all wobbly and everything, she'll kind of brace herself so she doesn't wind up falling over.
Okay. Patience, you need to make a Dex -2 penalty to stay on your feet.
Okay, Dex -2. And he rolls, or she rolls, success by 2. So I'm on my feet. I'm telling, now she switches to her accented English, telling like the Duke, like, you arrogant Americans, get out of my way. You know, as she like
What
keeps
kind of
pointing her
accent was
gun.
that?
All right.
And-
That's about as much as you can utter in a second. Sure.
Yep. And then she's pointing her gun again towards Skeet
I'm not in the
and
way.
the Duke.
Duke's not in
Okay.
the way either because Duke is crouched down picking up the pistol.
All right. So Duke, make a Dex -2 check.
She's
All
aiming,
right.
by the way.
Duke, you fall down in between the seats. Johnny, are you already on the ground?
I should be to a knee at this point.
All right, you're gonna have to make a Dex -2 to stay on your knees.
Oh, well, that's true enough, I guess.
All right,
I
so
will not.
You fell out of
hit-
the plane.
You hit the ground.
Then I suppose I will get to my knees again, and I'm still. So I'm not certain at this point how much of what's going on here I've actually heard, because not only have I been shot, but we're still in an open cockpit. So I don't know if I've identified who's the bad guy here, because I don't know anybody on this plane.
Actually, just thinking that through, that door's open now, so it's even louder in here. Nobody can hear what Patience is saying.
That's a good point.
She's like
But, I
shouting,
mean,
like, why won't anybody
they
listen
have-
to me?
Well, I mean, there's body language, and I'm pointing a gun at him. That's kind of, I don't know what that would mean
There's
to certain
kind of
people.
behind
context there.
Skeet hits the floor. He falls right over
From the juking,
from the jinking.
the jinking.
Betty, she falls to the floor on top of Skeet.
Well, this will be
Really?
interesting.
Willie, what you gonna do?
Wow, I succeeded at the Dex thing. That's because I was gonna try to shoot Skeet, but if he's okay, so what is the penalty? The hearing penalty to actually hear what the hell Patience is saying in here?
I would say you're gonna do like a hearing -3.
Only 3, huh? Okay. Well, didn't hear. Didn't understand what she said. I don't want to shoot the lady, but she's on top of my target. Wait, so Duke is now behind me?
I think Duke fell back.
Okay, so he's probably gonna check on Duke to make sure Duke is, okay.
Duke's fine. He's just on his
No,
ass.
wait. I'm gonna continue to aim at Skeet with the from the kneeling, but I'm not gonna shoot. So this will be round 2 of aiming. Lord knows I'm going to need all the helps I can get.
John Flyboy Skitshaw is going to continue to jink the plane. We will have a roll. I don't know why I keep doing that. Anyway, he succeeds. Marissa?
Okay, so earlier there was a gun that hit the floor over by Skeet, right? It was the one he was holding and someone knocked it out of his hand.
That's correct. And yet I think Duke was reaching for it when he fell down.
Duke has it in hand. It's just not ready yet.
There you go.
Okay, so he picked it up, so there's no gun. Okay.
There
Yep.
might be a shotgun sliding down through there with the juking.
Okay.
Oh, she's going to charge up there and body tackle him.
She's gonna, like, she's crouched. She's gonna go to full standing, and she's gonna kind of take that first step, like, I can, I'm gonna go for it. And she does succeed her impulsive check by 0, so she'll only make it a step.
Okay, you're going to have to make another -2 dex roll to stay on your feet.
Oh,
Damn.
Take a step, and boom, she hits the ground.
Yeah,
Or
down on the ground. Okay.
Meanwhile, the chairs are like flying all over the place. Oh, wait. Looking at my picture, I guess they are sort of bolted to the bottom.
Are they?
Okay, patience.
Sort of looks that way.
Make a -2 dex check to stay standing.
Totally do like mine. If I fail mine, I'm going to accidentally squeeze off another round.
Success by 4.
So you see Skeet fall. You see Betty fall on top of him. You hear somebody fall behind you.
Is Duke on the ground?
Duke's, I believe, on the ground. Yep.
And Willie?
Nope, he's
Really?
kneeling.
He's kneeling.
Okay. I'm going to use the chairs as support and walk forward. I'm still I'll take a step. I'm still pointing my gun at Skeet. I don't know what I think about Duke. Like, I could tell he's not really a threat towards me, but I'm just, I just think of him as a cowboy American, I think, stereotype.
Okay.
Can I pull out, I don't know if I would have handcuffs or zip ties or something.
Okay.
Of
Remember,
that nature.
we're still in combat rounds here.
Right.
So you're taking.
I haven't taken my action yet, so I just took a step.
So,
But if I have that,
because you're moving, right? And I know you said you were grabbing onto a seat. So first of all, make a dex check to grab onto a seat, and then we'll determine if that helps you to stay to bring that dex -6 down as you're moving. Okay, so make another dex -2 roll to make it up to take that step.
and am I holding on to the chair now?
Yeah, you are.
Does that give me a bonus?
Yeah, instead of -6, it'll be at -2.
Oh, I thought we were already rolling at -2.
No, this is because you're now choosing to move while the plane's jinking.
It's -2 if you're just staying there, but -6 if you're moving.
Okay, so you managed to move up, holding onto
Man,
the
you're
chair while the plane's
Making
jinking.
us look bad.
Well, I didn't realize it was going to be a -6 to move. I probably wouldn't have moved.
Yeah, no, it's a -6 to move.
You got up there and was like, oh, that was stupid.
Well, so would I have anything like that in my bag, like some sort of restraining device? If not, I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna look at Duke and my best English, tell him to, help me with Skeet.
I would say
Help
you
me
don't.
to-
I would say you don't have any kind of restraining devices in your stuff, but you can certainly say to Duke, "Help me."
So I'm gonna say help me capture this guy or stay out of my way. Is what I say.
I don't know how Duke feels because he was just shot at by this woman.
Okay, is that your
Well,
action?
she's pretty.
That was my action. Yes.
So on we go to Duke.
All right, Duke will finish readying the pistol.
And then he's going to shoot patients.
Oh man.
This adventure certainly turned into a strange thing.
Well, just for at least my perspective, how I was trying to portray, she was clearly going after Skeet. She's not threatening
She could have
anybody
been.
else.
She could have been going for anyone, and she was yelling in French. She could have been saying, "I'm going to kill you, you bastards!"
That's true. If you wanted to go
You
there.
left me at the conference. I had to climb across the wing.
Yeah, I was
That's
going
how
to say,
bad I
she
wanted
just
to
crawled
kill
in
you
from the
all.
outside. Who the hell is she?
Her hat is apparently stapled to her head.
All right. Well, Duke will just ready the pistol.
Okay.
That's his action.
All right. And Duke, you're not trying to stand up or anything. You're just
Well,
staying
that's
in
all he
okay.
can do is he can just ready.
Okay. Johnny.
Johnny is going to get hold of the seat, or yeah, I assume he can at that point. He's got to be able to get into it. So yeah, he'll get hold of the seat and is in the process of pulling himself upright while maintaining a grip.
Okay. Skeet is trying to kind of crawl his way to the cockpit area.
But he's got a woman on top of him.
Yeah, hence the word trying. And he's screaming, Johnny, they're onto us. Johnny, they're onto us. And Betty is holding onto him and screaming, stay with me, Skeet. Stay with me, Skeet.
All right, so I got to make a Dex -2, and I am really hoping I fail this because if I do, it's going to be a blast. Yes. Okay. So we're jinking, right?
Yep.
So he's trying to keep the aim on Skeet, and he's gonna get knocked over onto this side. And when he hits the window, that pistol is gonna go off. Clearly, he
Okay.
has terrible discipline.
Okay. Where is the shot going to land?
Well, he was aiming at Skeet, but honestly, I'd rather accidentally, quote unquote, shoot the pilot.
I know where this is going.
D3?
Yep. D3. What's the D3 for?
So what you're saying
3
is
potential targets.
we're going to steal this ship. This is just a continuation of Star Wars.
Well, that might facilitate the adventure later, assuming we ever get to that part.
Okay, so he would have no range penalty, but this is probably going to be capped at 9.
So basically,
So-
as you cross over, you fire and you're hoping to hit the pilot.
The player is going to shoot at the pilot, even though, because this is cliffhangers. He was trying to shoot Skeet, but the pilot jinked the plane, and he went wah! And as he flew over there, he fired.
Between you and Patience, this plane is doomed.
Wow! I
Do
rolled
they have parachutes?
17. So it looks like my weapon just failed to fire. That is really too bad. Oh well, that would have been far
All that
more
jostling
amusing.
around.
I know.
Oh my God.
That would have been great. Accidentally kill the pilot, and Johnny has to jump in there.
All right.
Oh, cool. This is a revolver, so the next shot will fire normally.
He is still jinking the plane. Marissa.
Marissa is going to spend her turn standing up using one of the chairs to kind of pull herself up on.
Patience.
Willie is not in front of you. He is basically prone.
So you
What?
see Willie move across your line of sight
Not
And-
intentionally.
and tries to fire, and his gun doesn't fire.
He was firing towards Skeet, right?
He was
Yeah,
firing for
it
you.
was probably less move and more he's falling as the pilot is like jinking. And since it's a
This is a-
revolver and it just misfired, that means, she may not have even noticed it because of how loud this is.
Gosh. And what's Betty doing?
Betty's on top of Skeet.
Okay. And if I try to take another step forward, that's a -2 dex to
You
stay.
should just shoot.
Yeah, if because you're moving forward, you're going to need to grab another seat and then make a roll to stay upright.
Okay. Oh my God. All right. So she's gonna stay where she's at, and I guess to no effect because nobody either understands or hear hers. She's like, Skeet, drop or what? I don't know. He's trying to grab a weapon, right?
No, he's just trying to crawl out of the cabin.
You should just
Oh,
anyway, you should start blasting.
Oh my God.
Well, there's
Uh,
nothing but bad guys in front of you.
Wait, didn't I seem to remember looking at these characters. Doesn't she have bloodlust?
She does.
Oh no! Anyway, she started blasting.
Does she
Yeah,
have
she's
anything
really
like professional, like code of honor professional or anything like that?
well. She has just her duty to her organization. So I'm trying to, but according to the GM, I didn't really get specific orders. I just got told to track them down, bring them in.
To be fair, she has no idea if anybody else could fly this plane if she accidentally kills the pilot.
You're up there. You're clearly a pilot.
Unless she can. She doesn't know who the hell I am.
You don't put
Well,
pilots. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm
I
not
guess
trying to kill.
I would only argue that Skeet's never been your foe. This is somebody you've been told to bring into justice. I don't know that he's ever been your foe. Well, I mean, what has he done to you lately?
He left
Police
before
brutality,
she could get
it's
on the
okay.
plane.
He's in my country.
This isn't your
Like-
country. Though. This is Italy.
You're in Italy.
Well, I think he stole the 4 banks in Rome, right? Well, I guess that is in Italy, huh? Where were the banks that he stole?
I'm just.
Well, you
I'm
don't
just
have
saying,
that evidence anymore.
I think the. I think
Thanks to
exactly.
you.
I think Bloodlust has something specific about a foe, and at this point, I don't know what he's quite done to you to make him your foe. He's certainly an outlaw, a criminal, but whether
Well, I'm
that
not
makes him
trying.
your foe.
I'm not trying to kill
I am.
anybody.
I'm
I'm
trying
just.
to get her to
I'm
kill
just. I'm just like I've shot people. I've pointed my gun, and nobody's like cares, and they're still trying to move around and do shit. So
Because it's kind of chaotic at the moment.
Exactly.
yeah. So
her. Yeah, you need to also keep in mind just how loud it is in here.
I think it's
Well,
time
I'm-
to de-escalate.
does Skeet even know that I'm there? Is he looking at
I-
me? I'm
No,
pointing my gun
Skeet-
at him.
You're pointing
I
your
ju-
gun at a guy whose girlfriend's on top of him, and he's calling out to his family member, and he's trying to just get out of the cabin. That's all.
Okay. So then I'm still pointing my gun at Skeet. I'm still aiming, and I'm gonna yell to Betty in my accented English, "Get off here, bitch, and move out of the way, or you're gonna get shot."
Okay.
And I mean, does she hear me or respond? I'm waving my gun at him, and if she's on top of him, then it looks like she might be in the line of fire.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be interesting. We're going to land in Milan and have to deal with all the guys with the Tommy guns.
Don't worry. We're not going to make it that far. We're going to be on the next episode of Air Crash Investigation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe I could roll for intimidation untrained.
Duke, now that he has the gun ready, he's going to point it at Patience and say, who the fuck are you? Drop your gun.
The plot thickens.
Anyway, they started blasting.
Johnny, what are you doing? You
Looking for a parachute.
You see Skeet's like terrified. He's crawling forward. His girlfriend's on top of him, screaming at him. He's screaming at the flyboy.
Yeah, I have no idea who these people are or what the hell's going on, so I've got hold of the seat and I'm trying to lean over there toward the pilot and yell, "What the hell's going on?"
Skeet continues to try to drag himself. He's just interested in getting as close to the cockpit as he can. He's given up trying to defend himself. He's just screaming, "They're onto us, Johnny! They're onto us!" Betty's, Skeet, where are you going? What are you doing, Skeet? Patience, she's not hearing a single thing you're saying. Somewhere between drunkenness, the engine noise, and her terror, all she's doing is clinging onto the best assurance she's ever known in her life.
Looks like he's going to be trying to change posture to kneel. Does that classify as the movement?
If you're staying in position and you're grabbing onto seats and trying to lift yourself up, that's not like you're trying to move across the plane or move forward or backwards.
Right.
You're
So that's
trying to get
just
up.
a -2.
That's a -2.
Let's see. Denied. Failed by 2, so I got tossed around again.
Yep.
I'm having a bad day.
Alina, well, she might be in the toilet at this point. And Flyboy is going to continue to jink the plane.
I want you to roll an 18.
She gets wedged into that toilet good enough, she doesn't have to worry about falling down.
Yeah, he keeps doing it.
This thing needs a mouth number.
So about
does
the
count.
time Marissa gets to her feet, she sees that Duke's got a gun pointed at Patience. Patience got a gun pointed at somebody else. And she's just going to kind of do the
Start
slow
looking around
drop
for
back.
a parachute.
Yes. Well, she's going to do
Yeah,
like
crawl to
the
the back of the plane.
yeah, she's just going to do the slow drop down behind a chair and like just kind of start slinking back towards the restroom
Awesome.
at a crawl. So she's I would assume she wouldn't need to make a dex roll. She'll be like crawling back there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Okay, so Patience, make a hearing check at like -3.
You need to fail this badly, just because it'd be funny.
Nope.
Success
So
by
you
one.
you clearly hear Duke say whatever it was that Rocky had Duke say.
What did you say,
It's-
Rocky?
He's got a pistol pointed at you.
Yeah, he levels the or aims the pistol at you, and he shouts, "Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from?
That's true. You were not on the
Put
plane.
the gun down." And he's since he's a detective, I guess he has something of a police mentality. He's doing the very loud authority voice. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
I will note here that I have found in the past, specifically in social engineering, that they use savoir-faire high society to impress upon someone else your status. I think it wouldn't be terribly incorrect to use savoir-faire police, for example, to give someone the impression of your authority in a way. I don't think that might be enough to actually trigger use of the rank, but
I've been trying to do that the whole
in this
time.
case, yeah,
Produce a badge. That's what cops normally do.
with the badge that
She doesn't have legal
would be
enforcement
enhancing.
powers.
well, you don't have to actually have them.
Well, I do have savoir-faire, police. I do have rank. I do have status. All that stuff. I don't know if it matters.
And Duke is obviously saying this in English. He doesn't understand a word of French.
She just sort of groans inside
Turns and
says-
shoots him.
You're pointing that at the wrong person, and she will attempt to disarm him.
Okay.
This is great.
God help
Okay.
us.
So again, you heard what he said. So now, are you simply just going to turn to him and say, "You're pointing the gun at the wrong person," or how? Because you've got a gun in your hand and you had it pointed down the aisle. So kind of break it down for me. Are you going to simply stop aiming at Skeet and now put your gun away and try to disarm Duke, or how might you want to play that out?
Well, I mean, I wasn't planning on putting my gun away. Couldn't I attempt to? Do I need one or both hands to disarm? I guess would be my one question.
Well, you'd have to grapple first.
I don't have to. I'm just okay.
Or unless you
Well,
want
what
to
are you doing?
punch or kick the weapon.
I'm using disarm skill. It just says, you roll versus disarm, and then they have to defend.
What
Page
is
400.
that based on? So disarm is a
technique.
technique, it's not a skill.
It's a technique. Yep. Or you could
Yeah,
use
what's it
it as a
based on?
skill. For me, it is based on. Let's see. I think it's brawling.
So if it's brawling, that means you're attacking it effectively. So you're doing a strike to disarm, to strike to knock it out of his hand. So you can
Yep.
do that one hand.
Yep. You may strike out a weapon. State
Yeah.
whether you are striking to disarm or break.
So attacking a pistol is -5.
And then -2, I think, because it's not a rapier or not a fencing weapon.
I don't.
I don't.
I think that's literally what it's. No, I think that's literally what it says, but I don't think that's right.
Depending on your traits, you could try and de-escalate. Mind you, you did say you're pointing at the wrong person and then immediately attacked.
Well, I did ask for your help, and then the first thing you do is point a gun at me.
In French.
No, I said that in English.
Not to mention that you just shot at everyone. You just jumped in through the window and started shooting down the plane at everyone. You even hit.
I am an operative for my country, as far as I know. I see an American here. I see some other people. I see some famous people. I mean, I don't. She's acting, I think, where she's tried to give everybody warning. Nobody understands her. I get it.
She's also
And
have a bit of a rough day with the boarding process.
I guess.
she's not like attacking you because she could have shot. She's just gonna try to disarm you, and if it works, she's
Well,
gonna tell you to stay out of my way.
you're attempting to disarm him by attacking him.
Okay, then I'll just.
So he,
do
at
nothing.
this point, he could have shot you, and he said, he said along the lines of, who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? Put the gun down. Put the gun down. He could have shot,
Right. I think she could have shot you too. She didn't.
but you're then attacking him, which gives him no real option but to defend. Well, put it this way, you're escalating it.
I thought I was de-escalating by asking you for your help. I'm not sure.
Wait, did you
So-
ask for the help?
After
I asked,
shooting at him.
no, I didn't shoot at you. I stepped up beside you and I said,
No, bullets.
"You American."
I had
Remember,
to-
I had said, "You American cowboys," like the round before, and then the round after that, I said, "Help me capture this criminal or stay out of my way."
You still haven't
I
identified
legitimately
yourself.
do not remember any help.
I do.
Well, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just don't remember it. I thought you said, stay the hell out of my way.
Yeah, and after
No, I said, "Help me,"
after that, Duke said, "Who the hell are you?"
and points a gun at me.
Well,
Because you're
yeah.
just shooting at him.
So, Patience, what would you like to do? Would you like to try to do the disarm? Would you like to simply try to convince Duke to lower his weapon, or do you want to, choose a different skill, maybe to try and de-escalate the situation?
I'm gonna keep my gun pointed at Skeet, keep my calm and cool, and in 1 second, I guess, say as much as I can in terms of, I'm a French operative. Help me capture this guy. Put the gun away. Like, you don't want to do this.
Okay. All right. So you're not going to try to disarm. You're simply going to try to say, I'm a French operative. Help me catch this guy, or something to that effect.
Something to that effect.
Okay. All right.
For the record, at this moment, one, there is an unconscious man who's been flopping around the cabin this whole time.
I was just remembering that. I got shot through the vitals.
He's probably
Oh,
gonna
Georgie?
bleed out.
Yeah.
Two, all the quote-unquote bad guys here are not armed.
I mean, we know this. I've been trying. I don't know how else to convey
It's just weird.
whatever authority Patience has, or even if she doesn't have legal enforcement powers, she does have some authority, and I don't know how to convey that to anybody.
It's been 11 seconds.
That's
Right,
right.
so-
It's just been 11 seconds. That's all.
Duke will take weight. The trigger will be if Patience attacks Duke, then he will shoot.
Okay.
And Duke will be he will say, rather sort of hurried and panicked, he will say, French operative, what? Like police? Why'd you shoot at me?
Okay. Taking a weight maneuver, you've identified what the trigger will be, and sort of explain why did you shoot to me, French operative? Johnny.
So he's still attempting to communicate with the pilot about what the hell's going on. We've got a couple of other people cramming into the in the front compartment, and Johnny still has no idea what the hell's going on.
Not enough room
Has
in
the,
that front compartment for more than two people.
It depends on the version, but yeah, it's gonna be squeezed here.
He's going to shove you off.
So much will depend on the response from the involved parties here.
Skeet has kind of gotten as far as he can go. with Betty on him, and he's just saying, my money, everything's going to shit. Betty says, I'll say, Willie.
It's going to continue to try to get up and continue to fail. That dude
Okay.
needs to stop rolling this stupid plane.
And Flyboy is going to turn and say to Johnny, get over here and take the controls. Marissa,
All right.
you're doing the Homer Simpson hide in the bush thing.
Yep, she's going to be kind of parked behind the seat, like kind of watching what's going on, but she's eyeballing for any loose weapons or anything that may be like on the ground that she thinks she could get to. But right now she's just kind of, I'm staying out of this.
Going to become one with the structure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Patience.
Sorry, my daughter just called me right when you guys. Baby, te voy a llamar en un momento. Dame un segundo. Espérate. Sorry, guys. Patience will. Okay, so she's not getting shot. Still got a gun pointed at her face. This man is an international criminal wanted by my agency. Help me capture him.
Okay, good enough. Duke.
Duke will chill a little bit. Actually, let me just check his traits if he's got anything that would suggest otherwise. Yeah, he will keep the aim. He'll hold up his other hand and says, all right, calm down. If you're a police officer, I will help.
Okay, Johnny.
All right. And he'll start squeezing over into the seat. I assume that means he's going to stop jinking.
Yeah, he has stopped jinking. He wants you to come and take control of the plane.
It's probably going to take a couple of rounds to get situated.
John is going to totally ditch Skeet. Say, peace out, bro, and the parachute out.
Skeet, again, he's not really doing anything. He's just lying there, terrified, and same thing with Betty. Willie.
All right, it's no
You don't
longer
have to do a
jinking,
text minus
so
2. He stopped, so.
yeah, so he's going to change posture, go to kneeling.
And Flyboy, he just looks over at Johnny and says, you got this?
Thumbs up.
And then he hits the button and he falls out the bottom. And you're like, what?
Marissa, the plane has stopped jinking.
Okay, so she will take her turn to stand up from, I think she was probably like crouching or on her knees.
Okay. Patience. The plane has stopped jinking. You've just heard Duke say, hold his hand up, but he's still got the gun pointed on you.
See, I don't see why he still has a gun pointed at me. All right. At this point, and then is Betty still on top of Skeet? They're still on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You
So
can probably see the pilots getting out of the pilot's seat.
the pilot getting out of the pilot seat, so nobody's flying the plane.
Well, there's some shuffling
you-
around up there.
You've seen some people moving, and Johnny had moved kind of back in towards the cockpit, but you've also been looking at Duke, so you can't see everything in a second. So
That's true.
I think what I would say is you're just looking at Duke.
I never looked at Duke. I was always focused on Skeet, and I had my gun pointed in Skeet's direction.
Okay, so all you see is Johnny Talon go back into the cockpit, and you can see the other pilot saying something to him.
Okay. Right now, she's kind of focused on what's going on in front of her, so she's sort of got the sense that she's not going to get shot, and some sort of acquiescence from Duke. Anyway, that's what she perceived, and she will take a step forward. Well, what's Willie doing?
Standing
Is
up.
You're standing up.
Yeah, because he was
Do
struggling.
you look
Yeah, 'cause
threatening?
right
to me?
now, I'm just kneeling. Of course, I don't look threatening. Look at my smile.
All right. So she will take a step towards Betty again.
Ah, who the hell are you? You weren't on the plane when we left.
She will just ignore you and tell
She's a
Betty.
very angry woman.
She's like pointing the gun at Skeet. Still tell Betty like get away from Skeet.
Okay, so
You
you're
don't want to
taking
be
a
involved in
step.
this.
You're taking a step, and you're communicating.
And I am communicating, and using intimidation and all those good social skills.
All right. Do you have intimidation?
I don't.
No.
I have
All right.
psychology. Can I use psychology?
Intimidation defaults, or I'm thinking of something else.
So you're basically continuing to try to pass a command to Betty, hoping she'll hear you.
Correct.
All right.
And if I have to, I'll give her a kick. Maybe not an attack, but if I
Well,
have
let's
to.
just
A nudge kick.
let's just leave it at you. You close the distance and tell her to get off of Skeet. Duke, what do you do?
All right, so Duke's going to take a quick look to see if there's any guns pointed his way. Since Skeet and so forth are not armed, he's then going to start standing up.
Okay, Johnny.
Still making the exchange. I should probably be in the seat at this point.
Skeet is just lying there. Betty, she is still screaming. She's quite drunk, so she's really not paying attention to anything beyond holding on to Skeet.
Intimidation defaults to will -5 or acting -3.
Right. I've made it to my feet. Who the hell is this lady?
Johnny gets out of his seat and looks down to see Patience with her gun drawn, pointing down at Skeet. And John, he reaches into his coat.
Dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, great. She's going to shoot him. He's going to dodge. I'm going to get
Johnny
shot
will get
back.
hit.
No, it's going to hit the control panel and cause the control panel to completely stop working.
So, Marisa is going to.
It is sort of settling down a little.
Yeah, I think she's going
Yeah,
to
and then-
step back and check on her friend at this point. Now that
And
it
then
appears
Flyboy
to.
is going to re-escalate.
Yep.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. You all right in there?
Yeah, that's what she's going to do.
All right, Patience, you see the figure of another pilot emerge in the from the door of the cockpit, but Betty's screaming too much to hear you, and she and Skeet aren't even moving.
Oh man, what's protocol?
Well, if you think about the situation somewhat logically, you are in a plane. So they're not going anywhere until the plane lands.
And we're surrounded by dudes with Tommy guns.
That's another matter.
He doesn't know that.
That's also true.
Well, okay. So nobody can hear anybody at this point still? Like, it's just so loud in here?
Well, you
It's
guys are within
super-
arm's reach at this point.
Yeah, it's super loud. But what I'm saying is that Betty is just not like
Right,
she's
she's
very
not
tuning
responsive to me.
she's tuning
So-
everybody out. Yeah.
So I'm either going to shoot her or manhandle her or let her be. I will I'm going to ask Duke again. So, Cowboy, do you want to help me bring these people in? Can you hear that? Or is that, I'm asking for his help again to basically, I want to put, and I can't do this all in 1 second, but I'm trying to get them separated, Betty and Skeet.
I think the big threat is Flyboy, because right now he was looming in there and reaching into his jacket, unless he breaks out a badge.
Wouldn't
Well, I
that be
mean,
funny?
I don't know if I would have noticed that. I guess that's up to Nash. She
Well,
was sort of focused.
Yeah, you're kind of focused on a couple of things, but I did say that he got sort of into the frame of the door and he's reaching into his jacket.
Okay, so you're saying you're giving me an opportunity to react because
You've got your gun trained on Betty. You just saw him enter the cabin door, kind of put his hand into his jacket, and
actually Nash wouldn't potentially she would know that he's related to Skeet.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you were studying files on these people, he should have come up, maybe.
well, let the universe decide that.
When I roll reaction,
Yeah.
Could just
On a-
take weight.
do what?
You could
You-
just
you-
take weight with your trigger being if anyone sort of moves to attack. It's not like Betty's likely to attack since she's unarmed. The only people that are
Okay.
armed at the moment
Okay.
not the people you're pointing guns at.
But I think so if I recognize him as part of his retinue, I'm gonna raise my gun up and take the wait maneuver. And if I see him pull any sort of weapon out, I will shoot. Can I do that?
Seems legit.
All right, so Duke will finish standing. He'll take a quick look around the plane to make sure there's no other surprise people that just come out of
Start
nowhere.
crawling in through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
We should have listened to William Shatner.
Absolutely. Does he see the pilot emerging, reaching for whatever?
Oh, yes.
All right, so Duke will take weight. Actually, no, he's just going to aim because there's innocence in the way.
Well, technically, these two are on the ground or on the deck, so they're not standing up and blocking the path. As I understand it, that may not be accurate.
If they're not blocking the path and Donnie is not in the sort of line of fire.
Who's Donnie?
Oh, sorry, Johnny.
You can't even see Johnny.
I bet he's alive.
Then he will just take weight.
Okay. Johnny, you're flying the plane?
I'm flying the plane.
You should say, screw this and land it.
I will at least look over my shoulder and say, are we good? What's going on?
Skeet, again, not moving, not really trying to do anything at this point. Same with Betty. Willie?
All right. So Willie does not have combat reflexes. So I think at this point, he's going, what's going on? Don't do it. What's going, sort of generally pointing the pistol in the direction of the pilot, but he isn't necessarily, no, I'm going to retract that. I'm also going to take weight with the whole caveat that he's probably shouting for the guy to, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Okay. So 12 or less, his overconfidence kicks in.
No, that means he doesn't have to be overconfident.
All right. So on a 12 or less, he doesn't have to be overconfident. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's compelled to be
roll is
overconfident.
to resist it.
Yes. So this means that he resisted it?
He
Or
resists.
you can just
determine
that he
choose.
failed.
Right. So he is going to not withdraw what's in his jacket, and he'll put his hands up and say, Skeet, I think it's over. The gig is up.
Yeah, it's up. We lost the money. You did what? Bang.
That would be great.
Marissa is she's not actively doing anything. She's just kind of watching the cluster and
Like
waiting
we're
for the
out of
shooting to
combat
start
at this
again.
point.
Okay. Patience.
Okay. Shoot. I'm trying to get everybody. I'm gonna wave. So do I recognize John the Flyboy as a associate of Skeet?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be like, good choice, Johnny. And I kind of use the gun to kind of and point to the side and tell him to go sit over there. And I tell him to go sit down in the seat, one of the front seats.
Okay. Unless Duke wants to shoot someone, or Willie for that matter,
Nope.
I'm happy
Nope.
to take this out of combat.
Yeah, Duke is quite happy to take a breather and let the chaos subside.
We should probably not land in Milan.
Time
Okay.
for a barrel roll.
We're gonna go out of combat. Combat's over. It's been 15 seconds. Does anybody want to go and apply first aid to Georgie?
That's a great idea. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that since I shot him.
I
And I'll
wonder if
also
anybody
give
knows the.
I'll also give Duke his pistol back. Sorry about that.
Wonder if anybody noticed that Johnny got shot in the process.
I think I would have noticed that.
Johnny. Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody would have noticed that. That was a pretty chaotic, compacted. You fired 3 times, and
I didn't hit anything. Come on.
well, you don't know what you hit. So yeah, maybe people don't notice that Johnny's been shot.
To be fair, Johnny might not realize Johnny's been shot. In fact, what's probably going
Exactly.
to happen is as he's getting situated in the seat, he's going to feel some wetness there and go, "I've been shot."
You've been hit, man. You're bleeding.
And that's when he passes out, and we've got no one flying the plane.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
we'll-
so we should probably not land in Milan.
Yeah, Skeet said there was a bunch of people with Tommy guns there, and I kind of believe him. Oh, meanwhile, Duke is also recovering that shotgun,
Okay.
and
You're
he
also
will
down to 3 rounds on your pistol.
also reach into John's or Flyboy's jacket and pull out the assumed pistol that he has concealed there.
Alrighty. I'm going to drop those items into your inventory, okay? So you're pulling out the pistol.
He'll make sure that that's not the only pistol. He'll sort of not do a pat down, but he'll just sort of have a look inside the jacket just to make sure that that's all he's got.
Yeah, that's all he had.
Unfortunately for you, it's coated in Uncanny powder.
Well, just fortunately, I've spent years in Australia
Of course.
building a resistance to iocane powder.
Inconceivable. Right. We should have Johnny land this thing.
So, Duke, I've given you the weapons I believe you should have. You've got a revolver from Skeet, a revolver from his relative, as well as a shotgun, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I dropped those in your inventory.
Well, could leave him in the party sheet. He's not necessarily taking them for himself. He's just, removing them from the bad guys.
Well, for now, you've got custody of them. How's that?
I guess there's nothing stopping you from dropping it in the party sheet.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that.
And what would you like to do now? You've got control of the plane, although I think Johnny doesn't quite understand what the hell's going on.
Nope.
Well, Willie is doing first aid on what's his name, so he can't go up there. Although it sounds like Patience and Duke are keeping track of the dudes they've just apprehended.
How long do we have to go till we arrive at the would-be destination?
Well, first we
you
need
know-
to fix our position.
Yeah. You've been flying north from Rome to Milan, and it's, you probably haven't even gone, 30 minutes at the most, maybe 20 when all this burst out. So, because they'd only just
long a
leveled
flight
up
is
at
that?
8,000. So I don't think you've gotten very far north of Rome. It would be easy enough to just return to Rome.
We should return to Rome. Turn these people over to the proper authorities.
Flight to Milan from Rome is a little over an hour.
That depends on what kind
That's
of...
modern, though, so
yeah, it's going to be...
cut that by
bit
half
more
at
than-
least.
Yeah, because I think these planes are kind of slow.
Oh, they are.
And Duke, Betty Sage is like staring daggers at you.
Yeah, we can turn around and go back to Rome. That's easy enough.
Reported an in-flight emergency.
How
Also, certain bullets.
inebriated is she?
She's still fairly inebriated, but yeah. I mean, she's not
There's a lot of
falling over
adrenaline.
drunk. Yeah, not falling over drunk, but she's definitely coming down from her high.
So Duke's going to go up to her and get fairly close because it's noisy, and he'll say, "You know why I'm here, right?"
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You private dick.
Well, tell me what I want to know.
All I know is you got no good reason to come after me.
You were the last person with Lauren. Tell me what happened that night.
I'm gonna give you nothing. I'm gonna give you nothing. Slapfoot. It's nothing. You nothing. Gonna give you nothing. It's none of your business. Do you have like body sense or?
Don't have body sense, but I do have interrogation, so I'm going to start to interrogate.
Okay.
Actually, no. We determined previously that you could use diplomacy for a good reaction.
Yeah.
And not necessarily
Right.
interrogate. So we'll do that first.
Okay. She says, I got nothing to say to you in front of Skeet.
Then Duke will help her up and take a seat to the back of the plane. Skeet can't hear you here.
So as you talk with her, she'll say she was having an illicit relationship with Lauren's boyfriend, Hobby Malcolm. And she says that one night in his sleep, he screamed, "I'm going to kill you, Lauren." He said it really angrily. And that's all she really knows. She doesn't want Skeet.
Hobby Malcolm.
Hobby Malcolm. And she doesn't want Skeet to know that that she was having this affair.
All right, so let me understand this. Betty was having an affair with Hobby Malcolm, and Hobby Malcolm said that he was going to kill Lauren.
Yeah, and that Hobby was Lauren's boyfriend.
Okay. Why would Hobby want to kill Lauren?
I don't know. Why would anybody want to kill Lauren?
Do you know where Hobby is?
Yeah, he's back in the States. Probably somewhere in Chicago.
Do you have an address for your boyfriend?
No, we always met in a hotel.
So he's not a real boyfriend. He's just a fling.
You know, I'm sure you know what that means.
How did he get in touch with you?
Huh. How do all the guys get in touch with me? I got friends. We got friends. Messages are passed. Come on.
Well, I want to get in touch with this Hobby. How do I find him?
Fine. You know, he's typically hanging out at Joe's. You know that diner in Chicago across from the, what's the name of that hotel? And she gives you the name of a hotel.
The Ambassador. I know the place.
Yeah. He normally drinks there.
And Lauren, you were the last person to see her. What was she doing when you saw her last?
Oh, Lauren was being Lauren. She was having a good time. We were having a good time. Come on, you know, with those beautiful eyes of hers, she was probably gonna track down another guy. Hobby meant nothing to her. It's the last I saw of her. It's a shame what happened.
So where was she when you saw her last?
We were just sitting in a bar, watching the band play.
There's no one she was talking to that you recognize.
Just me. And then she said goodnight, and that was it. It's the last I ever saw of her.
And she said she was going home?
I can't even remember where she was going. Anyway, it's all I got to say to you, Dick.
And you sure there's nothing else?
Nothing. Like I said, I enjoyed some time with her. You find Hobby. He's the bastard that killed her, I'm sure of it. And you believe her. She's, again, being pretty genuine.
Okay. He'll help Betty back to a seat.
Take your hands off me, Duke. Come on, Skeet. I'm with you. And so are you taking the plane back to Rome, everyone?
Yes, I think that's the plan.
I am headed back to Rome, yes.
Yeah, because Willie was going to go up
convinces
there. And,
me otherwise.
yeah, because Willie was going to go up there and tell Johnny introduce himself and say, yeah, there's some criminals back there. We need to take them back to Rome. Get our pictures in the newspapers.
The ones with the guns or without the guns?
That's a really good question.
So as you bring the plane back to Rome,
You get shot down?
no, you don't. You land the plane, and you see the very stereotypical police cars of the Italian police coming up the tarmac.
Because presumably we've used radio to let them know what's going on.
And Skeet Skitshaw looks at all of you and says, you know, you win today, but one day when you least expect it, bam, you're going to feel some lead fire burning through each of your skulls.
It's right about now. We should kick him into a engine. Yeah, this is all the money we borrowed from Niska.
So let's draw it to a close there.
As we got nowhere close to where we're supposed to.
I sure didn't think it was going to go down that way, but holy smokes.
I hope there was nothing important in that briefcase.
Lots of money.
Just a lot of money. So I think in good fashion, what'll happen is there'll be some old Italian farmer who's driving a horse and buggy, and there's a bunch of hay in the back of the buggy, and all of a sudden that briefcase just lands in the middle of all that hay, firing it up all over the place, and he stops and sees this briefcase, And won't he be in for a surprise?
Let me guess. His surname is Ferrari.
So everyone, you're going to get 2 character points for that session.
You know, I'm
Yay.
just going to put one straight into climbing. Solve that problem right away.
And the police, they come. They're going to take Skeet and Georgie and Betty and Flyboy away in handcuffs. And they really don't want much to do with the group of you. But we'll pick that up the next time we play.
God help us all.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump over to the outro here. And hey, what do they say? Fly the friendly skies. And today we proved that's just not possible. But I hope you've been sitting comfortably and have enjoyed the pulpy goodness of this GURPS Cliffhangers adventure. Tune in next time to see how our heroes continue in this race to find the tomb of Hatshepsut. If you enjoyed this adventure, head on over to www.oneshotadventures.com and see the entire collection of modules you can download for free. If you have any questions, corrections, or suggestions, I'm sure JC Connors will have lots of suggestions for us. Feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. And thank you for watching. Olympus out.
He goes, "What did you do to my adventure?"
That's not how it's supposed to go.
There
There
were no
wasn't supposed to
cliffs.
be a door.